Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mars Athletic Complex and our football game this evening between your North Catholic Trojans and Valley. Tonight is senior night, and we honor the seniors from our band, our cheerleaders, and our football team. While we're waiting for everybody to line up, I just ask that everybody, while you're in the stands, please continue to wear your mask and practice good social distancing so that we can continue to have fans in the stands throughout the season.
What did North Catholic decide?
We'll begin our senior night festivities this evening by announcing our seniors from the marching band. Up first this evening is Rebecca Bowman. Rebecca is escorted by her parents, David and Kate. Rebecca has participated in the band for 3 years. In addition to the band, her other school activities are cross country, speech and debate, mock trial, and the yearbook. Rebecca's future plans are deciding between several universities and looking at doing something with the law. And Rebecca's favorite band memory is going to Disney. Please welcome Rebecca Bowman. Our next senior is Ricky Conrad. Ricky is escorted by his dad, Ken. Ricky has participated in the band for 4 years at North and 8 total. Ricky's other school activities, aside from the band, are drama and choir. His future plans are to go to college for engineering or computer science. Ricky's favorite band memory is having a wonderful time with all my friends in Disney. Please welcome Ricky Conrad. Our next senior this evening is Alyssa Dreucci. Alyssa is escorted by her mom, Kelly, her stepdad, Donnie, Emily, her dad, RJ. She has participated in the color guard for 3 years. Alyssa's other school activities include life, track and field, robotics, the 4-H club, and the Butler Youth Council. Alyssa's future plans are apply to Pitt and get into the engineering program. Her favorite band memory was sophomore year. Beth threw a water bottle, and for half of the game, I had my arm all the way down the tuba to get it out. I did get it out before the end of the game, though. Please welcome Alyssa Dreucci. That's a pretty long memory. Our next senior is Michaela Kurish. Michaela is escorted by her parents, John and Barbie, and she has participated in the band for 2 years. Her other school activities include the mock trial, stage crew, and she's the yearbook photographer. Her future plans are to attend the Rochester Institute of Technology and study industrial engineering. Her favorite band memory is going to Disney with all of her friends. Please welcome Michaela Kurish. We will now move on to our senior cheerleaders. First up is the captain, Kira McTighe. Kira is escorted by her father, Tim, and her mother, Janie. She has been cheering since the second grade and has cheered at North Catholic since her freshman year. Her other school activities include the musical, student council, student ambassador, the Circle of Friends Club, student life, and the Jesus Book Club. Her future plans are to attend college and study something with healthcare. Her favorite cheerleading memory is getting to meet all of my best friends and the bus ride home from the dairy game her sophomore year. Please welcome Kira McTighe. Our next senior is Mia Giuliani, the co-captain. Mia is escorted by her parents, Mark and Tara, and her brother, Evan. Mia has been participating in cheerleading for 13 years. Her other school activities include the Environmental Club and the Outreach Club. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university to study biology on a pre-med track and to have a career as a physician assistant. Mia's favorite cheerleading memory is going to the Pete sophomore and junior year. Please welcome Mia Giuliani. Our next senior is co-captain Gabriella Zokowski. She's escorted by her parents, David and Shannon. And Gabriella has been cheering for 8 years. Her other school activities are track and field and the Environmental Club. Gabriella's future plans include a 4-year university for nursing. And her favorite cheerleading memory is spending time with friends before games and talking to Coach Pam before practices. Please welcome Gabriella Zokowski. Our next senior cheerleader is Ava Farrell, and she is escorted by Dr. Michael Farrell and Dr. Colleen Carignan. She has participated in cheerleading for 2 years. In addition, her other school activities include the Drama Club, participate in Girl Scouts on the ambassador level, and she's a candidate for the St. Lucy's Medallion. Ava loves gardening and would like to study horticulture and hope to own her own greenhouse one day. Her favorite cheerleading memory is last year's Christmas party and my blinking reindeer hat. Please welcome Ava Farrell. Our next senior is Allie Kaczynski. Allie's escorted by her parents, Brian and Christine Kaczynski, and she is participating in cheerleading for 2 years. Her other school activities include being a part of the competitive dance team. Her future plans are to attend college and to study architectural design. And Allie's favorite cheerleading memory is getting ready before games with my girls every Friday night. Please welcome Allie Kaczynski. I thought about that. Our next senior is Ava Linsenbold, and she's escorted by her parents, Mark and Colleen, and her brother, Kyle. Ava has been participating in cheerleading for 7 years and is also a member of the tennis team. Her future plans include getting a 4-year degree in business. Ava's favorite cheerleading memory is bonding with her teammates at cheer camp this year. Please welcome Ava Linsenbold. Our next senior is Hannah McNelly, and Hannah is escorted by her parents, Rod and Karen. Hannah has been cheering for 10 years, and in addition to cheerleading, she also participates in the Jesus Book Club and Kairos. Her future plans are to become a kindergarten teacher and get my master's in education from Duquesne. Her favorite cheerleading memory is helping the little cheerleaders learn the cheers and dances from minicamp. Please welcome Hannah McNelly. She didn't list all her family members. So. Our next senior is Grace Megala. Grace is escorted by her parents, Anne Marie and Brian. She has participated in cheerleading for 3 years, 2 of which have been at North Catholic. Her future plans are she hopes to attend a 4-year college, majoring in health sciences, and then get a doctorate in physical therapy. Grace's favorite cheerleading memory includes getting ready with friends for games and cheering at football games on Friday nights. Please welcome Grace Megala. Our next senior is Gracie Steiner. Gracie is escorted by her parents, Aaron and John Steiner. Gracie has participated in cheerleading for 11 years. Her future plans are to attend college and study special education. Her favorite cheerleading memory is spending every Friday night cheering on the boys with my best friends. Please welcome Gracie Steiner. Oh, yeah. And our last senior cheerleader is Grace Zolkowski. Grace is escorted by her parents, David and Shannon, and Grace has been cheering for 8 years. Her other school activities include track, the Mock Trial Club, and the Spark Club. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year university to double major in criminal justice and psychology with a minor in Spanish, and then plans to go to law school to pursue a career as a criminal prosecutor. Grace's favorite cheerleading memory is riding the bus to away games with Marley. Please welcome Grace Zolkowski. And now we'll welcome our seniors from the football team. First up is number 5, Isaiah Jackson, escorted by his parents, Seneca and Jen. Isaiah has participated in football for 2 years in high school and 10 years total. In addition to football, he also participates on the basketball team. His future plans are to attend college and get into a PA program and play football. His favorite football memory is Speed Days. Please welcome number 5, Isaiah Jackson. Our next senior is number 9, Nick Maher. Nick is escorted by his parents, Jerry and Denise, and his siblings, Mia and Nathan. Nick has participated in football for 6 years. And in addition to being a member of the football team, he is also on the basketball team. His future plans are to attend college and play football. Nick's favorite football memory is going to dinner with the team and the 7-on-7 football trips with his teammates. Please welcome number 9, Nick Maher. Our next senior is number 12, Jaron Timmons. Jaron is escorted by his parents, Dave and Melissa. Jaron has been playing football for 8 years. And in addition to football, he is also a member of the tennis team. Jaron's future plans are to attend college with the goal of attending medical school. Jaron's favorite football memory is the improvised flea flicker scramble from the JV days. Please welcome Jaron Timmons. Our next senior is number 25, Matthias Benson. Matthias is escorted by his parents, Gerald and Troy Benson. And Matthias has participated in football for 10 years. In addition to football, he also is a member of the lacrosse team. Matthias's future plans are to attend college, and his favorite football memory is beating Central Valley his sophomore year. Please welcome number 25, Matthias Benson. Our next senior is number 28, Pierce Corey. Pierce is escorted by his parents, Nicole and Pierre Corey. Pierce has been playing football for 11 years, and he also participates on the lacrosse team. His future plans are to attend college somewhere warm and study graphic design and travel extensively. Pierce's favorite football memory was stomping Derry 55-7 on their senior night. Please welcome number 28, Pierce Corey. Our next senior is number 55, Eddie Nicotra. Eddie is escorted by his parents, John and Aaron Nicotra. And Eddie has been playing football for 11 years. Eddie's future plans are to continue his education and get into the real estate industry. Eddie's favorite football memory is going to Moe's after Thursday practice and beating Derry at their home stadium. Please welcome number 55, Eddie Nicotra. Our next senior is number 57, Peyton Jones, escorted by his parents, Linda and Lindy Jones. Peyton has been playing football for 10 years, and in addition to football, also participates in the Robotics Club, the Pittsburgh Club, Ultimate Frisbee Team founding member of the Westinghouse Science Honors Institute, and an altar server. Peyton's future plans are to study mechanical engineering with a focus on automotive engineering and design at Kettering University. Peyton's favorite football memory are Thursday night dinners at Moe's and walking out for the coin toss with his Uncle Scott. Please welcome number 57, Peyton Jones. Our next senior is number 67, Rocky Kopak, escorted by his parents Jim and Jen and his sister Abby. Rocky has been playing football for 2 years and in addition is also a member of the baseball team. Rocky's future plans are to attend college for business and finance. Rocky's favorite football memory is hanging out with his teammates on the bus and in the locker room. Please welcome number 67, Rocky Kopak. Our next senior is number 72, Tyler Musto. Tyler is escorted by his mom, Lori, and his sister, Stephanie. And Tyler's been playing football for 13 years. In addition to the football team, he is also a member of Student Council. Tyler's future plans are to attend a 4-year college and possibly go on into law school. Tyler's favorite football memory are the friendships made and spending time with the team on the bus rides to and from games. Please welcome number 72, Tyler Musto. Our next senior is number 76, Jack Friel. Jack is escorted by his mom and dad and his brother Bennett. Jack has participated in football for 9 years, and in addition to being a football captain and 3-year starter, he's also a second-team all-conference offensive tackle his junior year, the lacrosse captain and a 4-year starter, the junior and senior class representative on Student Council. Jack's future plans are to attend college and study health science. Jack's favorite football memory is Thursday night team meals. Please welcome number 76, Jack Friel. We would like to thank all of our seniors from the band, the cheerleading, and the football team for all of their many contributions to North Catholic, and we wish you well in all of your future endeavors.
Coming to you from Mars Athletics Complex. Welcome everyone to week 2 of the high school football season as the North Catholic Trojans meet the Valley Vikings. Allegheny 7 conference action got underway a week ago with the Trojans crushing Derry 55-7 while Valley fell to Burrell 22-13. It's the North Catholic Trojans and the Valley Vikings coming up next right here on NC Athletics on Boxcast. NC Athletics is looking for game day sponsors for our live broadcasts. If you would like to be an NC Athletics game day sponsor, please contact Brian Miller at bmiller@northcatholic.org. NC Athletics has a new home on the web. Visit our new website for updates and information on your favorite NC Athletic team. You can also sign up to receive text or email alerts to keep you on top of your favorite Trojan teams. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Malone alongside Darren Lyles, coming to you from Mars, PA, as North Catholic and Valley meet in the season's second week. North Catholic winning its opener over Derry last Friday, while Valley lost to Burrell. This is the second week for the Trojans, but Darren and I are very excited to participate in the inaugural broadcast for NC Athletics on Boxcast. We hope you enjoyed watching the senior night festivities.
Please welcome the North Catholic High School Marching Band.
And we're going to pause now for the anthem.
Please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And we are back. I hope you enjoyed the rendition of the national anthem and the North Catholic alma mater from the marching band, directed there by senior Becca Bowman, drum major. The band also has 3 seniors tonight, Ricky Conrad, Mac Kirish, and Alyssa DeRucci, in addition to Becca. As I was saying, Darren and I are excited to participate in the inaugural broadcast for NC Athletics on Boxcast. And we hope you enjoyed watching the senior night festivities. We'll be sure to mention the names of those seniors and recognize them throughout the broadcast. It's weird to have a senior night the second game of the season, but then again, 2020 has been a weird year. If you find yourself at home wishing you were at the stadium, we hope we can keep you company tonight and make the game better for you. Due to the COVID situation, the 2020 high school football season has been truncated to 7 games. So in this sprint of a season, every game is important. Which brings us to tonight's contest, a battle between 2 of the 3 first-place teams in the Allegheny 7 Conference. Darren, what do you think are some keys for North Catholic in tonight's matchup?
I want to see how Valley attempts to slow down the North Catholic offense. 55 points last week, and that all goes through Joey Prentice. 6 touchdowns last week, 4 through the air, 2 on the ground. The offense flows through him, so Valley has to make it a point to stop and slow down Joey Prentice.
Yeah, 55 points is a really impressive total, and we'll see if North Catholic can try to replicate that. It looks like at the start of the game here, North Catholic will be kicking off to Valley. Valley is going to move from left to right. They're starting at the side of the field.
Zaire Warren and number 7, Jeremiah Johnson.
Looks like Zaire Warren and Jeremiah Johnson back to receive.
Number 31, Daniel Long.
And Daniel Long, number 31, is going to kick off for North Catholic. Valley is in white uniforms tonight with pale gold numbers and a pale gold helmet with double V's on it. It's pretty hard to see those numbers, but we'll try to identify them for you correctly. North Catholic is, they have yellow pants on with red jersey tops and a red helmet. The football has fallen off the tee. Not sure why. It's not very windy. It was kind of windy earlier today. Yeah, we've got 3 officials down at the 10-yard line down on the Valley side. Do you have any idea what that might be about, Darren?
Maybe they're trying to confer the start time, maybe. I have no clue why all 5 officials would be down at that end of the end zone. Maybe they're trying to make sure the game clock is properly set. And it appears like we're going to get started.
And the kick is in the air. The game has started. It's going to hit the ground at the 20 and just basically stop, but it's picked up by Valley's number 4. Makes a couple people miss, and he's going to be tackled up around the 40-yard line. That's a good start for Valley and good field position.
Run down by number 21, Mitch Landauer, and number 54, Ronnie Kress.
Now, the thing I want to see in this first drive is how North Catholic tries to control the line of scrimmage. Valley's running attack is a strength of their offense. I want to see how they do in the trenches, slowing down that running game.
And Valley's got two people, one to the left and to the right of the quarterback in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to number 5, and he's met immediately in the backfield.
Beautiful play by Daniel Long, slashing in there, getting past the zone into a tackle into the backfield.
So, Darren, your question was, how is North Catholic going to control their running attack? And I think they had a good answer for you right there.
Great
on the
penetration
first play.
by the defensive line, letting Daniel make a beautiful play in the backfield. That is a total team effort against the run game there.
We'll see if Valley continues to try to run it. They're in the same formation as they were in the first play. Quarterback with a running back on either side of him. Receivers split out to each side. Quarterback is going to keep it. And it is the same North Catholic player. Number 31, Daniel Long with the tackle. And he's made 2 fantastic plays here on the first 2 plays
These
of the game.
plays are taking a while to develop with the pulling guards, and Daniel Long is just taking advantage, shooting in where the hole is, where the lineman would have been, and making those tackles for loss.
And so now we've got a 3rd and 15 for Valley on their first possession.
I'm curious to see what type of pressure North Catholic brings, or if they decide to drop more into coverage on this play, being the down and distance.
And it looks like Valley may try a pass. There are 4 receivers this time, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. It is a pass. And Jaron Timmons is in the backfield, but the quarterback gets away, and he makes another person miss. But finally, from behind us, Matthias Benson, ball's on the ground, picked up by Nick Maher. And I can't tell if they ruled him down, the quarterback, or if they ruled Maher down. Let's see what happens here. And they're going to call the Valley quarterback down by contact, which means there is no turnover, but Valley is still going to have to punt here. North Catholic is sending its punt return team onto the field. Back to receive are number 26, Leon Straub, and number 5, Isaiah Jackson.
On that last play, great effort by the defensive line to keep the motor going. Not the first man doesn't make the play, but team effort bringing the quarterback down.
And here is a punt, and it's going to go straight sideways and land out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So Valley got the ball at the 41-yard line to start, and North Catholic is going to take over at Valley's 42-yard line. So that punt really went 1 yard further than Valley's original starting position.
You know, the hardest thing about high school athletics sometimes is special teams, and that could be a game breaker. So if you have a great special teams unit, it could be a huge advantage to your team.
And so we're going to get to see the North Catholic offense for the first time tonight. And they're going to send out 4 wide receivers. We've got number 17, Tyler Maziarz, lone wide receiver to the left. And Liam Straub, Carson Laconi, and Nick Maher, it looks, out to the right. But it's going to be a fake handoff by Joey Prentice. He's going to run around to the right. He has a lot of room. And Prentice is going to go all the way down to the 20-yard line, but he fumbles it. Ball is still loose. And I cannot see who's got it. There's a whole bunch of players lying around, fighting for the ball still. We're going to wait for a signal from the official. And it looks like Nick Maher of the Trojans is on the ball all the way down at the 15-yard line. That's a 27-yard run in the first play of the game by Prentice.
Great call by Coach O'Shea, going with the QB keep, getting the defense a little overactive against the handoff, leaving a great lane for Joey Prentice to run with.
And you mentioned Valley's defense being overactive there. Prentice draws them into an offside right away. Talking to some of the players at school today, they said that Valley might have trouble being disciplined enough tonight, and we can see that maybe over pursuing a little bit, allowing Prentice to get a large gain and then a false start.
I said, look at this formation here. They have 2 tight ends in the field, both over 6'4". This height could be very difficult to defend for Valley.
And Prentice is going to hand it off to Dupinski this time, and he's going to move forward for about 4 or 5 yards and get close to the first down. And no, it looks like they changed it to a first down on the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Trojans. Prentice back in the shotgun. Topinski to his right. 2 receivers to his right as well, and 1 receiver to the left. Prentice running out to the right, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield this time by Valley. Their first successful play on defense, Darren.
You know, that's setting the edge on the outside technique defensive end is a tough block. I've earned many a holding calls in my playing days attempting to make that block, so I know how difficult it could be to get that outside end and set the edge for those outside runs.
Were North Catholic's early runs on the inside rather than to the outside? And is that something that maybe they'll be doing more successfully, do you think?
They were setting it up with some inside zone play, so that we'll see how they attack the alley defense from there.
And on second down, Prentice rolls out to his right and throws it to the end zone, but it's going to be intercepted by Valley's number 4.
Great play, getting both feet in the end zone by Valley's number 4.
And that's going to be Zaire Warren with the interception, number 4. And so North Catholic gets the ball in great field position. They march down to the 5-yard line, and they come up empty.
Valley coming out in more of a power set in this offensive drive. Let's see where they go with it from here.
It looks like they have 2 fullbacks in front of the running back. They're going to give it to the second one. Oh, no, they're not. The quarterback kept the ball. He fooled me completely, but he did not fool the Trojan defense, and he is thrown down well behind the line of scrimmage.
They call that formation the Maryland I, and maybe it's better left in Maryland and not Pennsylvania.
Straub and McConey on the tackle for the Trojans. And Valley is really struggling to get going here, and it looks like they're going to take a timeout to try to figure out how they can gain any yards against this North Catholic defense. Their total yards for the game, it's got to be close to negative 10 right now.
Defensive line is coming up big in this game now. They're penetrating their holes. They're staying gap responsible. They're doing everything you could really ask out of a defensive front. Great coaching by the coaching staff. Great execution by the players.
Can you explain the phrase gap responsible a little bit more?
Usually gaps are, you have your A gaps on each side of the center, B gaps are on each side of the guard, C gaps on the outside of that. Gap responsibility means you stay in your gap. You start rushing to outside lanes. You let open lanes for running. So therefore you stay gap responsible. You take care of that A, B, or C gap, whatever you're assigned to, and that helps you have a defender there ready to make a play no matter where you are.
And it looks like Valley is going to come out in that same Maryland I formation. Let's see what they do with it this time. It's a toss to a pitch to the guy at the end. He tries to cut it up the middle, but he's not going anywhere. And it is a positive gain that time of 2 yards. And it's going to be 3rd and 13, another long third down situation for Valley. They tried throwing it the first time, and it turned into a mad scramble for the quarterback. We'll see if they decide to throw it again or be conservative and try to run it.
Surprise coming out in the Maryland I again in a long down and distance. You thought they might try to spread it out and create some passing lanes, but I guess not.
And it's going to be handed to the first guy through. North Catholic players are pointing in their direction, saying that there's a fumble, and there is a fumble. North Catholic gets the ball back on a 15-yard line, and so they're picking up right back where they left off, only 10 yards from where they fumbled the ball away themselves.
Trojans will have it, 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
So this is the maturation of a young quarterback. We see how Joey Prentice will respond after throwing an interception. I believe he has the ability to just put that in the past and focus on this next drive.
And it looks like the Trojans are going to come out in a formation that would allow Prentice to try to make up for that mistake right away and throw the ball. He's got 4 wide receivers. It's going to be Tyler Maziarz, Carson Laconi, and Liam Straub to his left. Nick Maher out to his right. Kyle Topinski in the backfield. Topinski moves from Prentice's right to his left. Prentice fakes to Topinski, keeps it, runs to his left. He's going to try to run outside, but he's met there by Valley's number 7, and he's going to turn him back inside. Prentice falls down at around the 10-yard line.
Pick up of about 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 for North Catholic. They're looking towards the sideline. North Catholic is calling their plays with these giant boards.
This is becoming quite common. You'll see this in the college game a lot. Those boards are simple symbols they use so they can run an up-tempo offense, so they don't have to always send a player to the sideline to retrieve the plays. This, kind of keeps the defense in a certain way, so they can't, sub in and out as well.
And North Catholic is going to get a first down from penalty. Offside again on Valley. They're at the 7-yard line. 3 receivers to the right this time. Prentice gives it to Topinski, and he's going to barrel into the end zone for a North Catholic touchdown. North Catholic strikes first. Kyle Topinski with a 7-yard run, and it's going to be 6-0 North Catholic.
Beautiful execution of the inverted veer. Joey Prentice is reading that defensive end. If he bites on Joey Prentice like he did, he gives it off to Kyle Topinski for the easy touchdown. Beautiful execution of that play all around.
And now we'll see if North Catholic can make it 7-0. Ethan Marsico, and he's going to kick it up and through. That's good. 7-0 North Catholic with 6:05 to left here. With 6:05 left in the first quarter.
North Catholic's offense doing a great job of misdirection. Valley really can't key on any one player. They have to stay disciplined to whoever may possibly carry the ball. This is doing a great job. You can't overcommit to a running back, quarterback, or even the pass. So therefore that confusion opens up those running lanes.
Yeah, and North Catholic has done most of its damage, maybe even all of its yards on the ground so far this game. 4 passing touchdowns for Prentice last week, but this week Prentice himself has had a couple good runs, and then Topinski punched it in from 7 yards away. And it looks like he got a big head of steam there, and I don't think anyone's really going to bring Kyle Topinski down once he gets going.
Kyle Topinski is a big back for high school.
Yeah, Topinski, 6'3", 220, and that is...
Oh, to put that in perspective, James Conner of the Pittsburgh Steelers is 6'1", 229, so he's only 9 pounds lighter than a professional NFL running back who's considered a bigger back. So that is going to be a chore for any high school defender to bring down Kyle Topinski with a head of steam.
And even after that touchdown puts the Trojans ahead, they kick the kickoff out of bounds, and that's going to put the ball, I believe, at the 40-yard line for Valley to start.
I think actually. In high school, I think you're allowed to have a re-kick as well. So I think Valley might be choosing for a re-kick.
And you're exactly right. It does look like Valley is going to opt for the re-kick. And based on how their offense has stalled so far, on the game's first kickoff, they did have a nice return, so maybe they want to get their players the ball in space and feel like that's a chance for them to get some positive yardage.
Exactly. You might get these guys in space with still decent field position and create a spark for your team.
So trying to kick off for the second time is number 31, sophomore Daniel Long, who's made several excellent tackles already this game. He's going to kick it deep, caught by number 4 at about the 27-yard line. He runs to his left, and he's caught by, I think, number 5, Isaiah Jackson, caught him with one arm on his jersey and brought him down. And it looked like there was going to be a lot of room for the Valley returner there if Jackson hadn't caught him.
Valley hasn't had a lot of success with the spread. They haven't had a lot of success with the power set. I'm curious to see where they go from here on this next offensive drive.
Valley goes up to the line. They're going to go back to the offensive set they used their first possession. Quarterback with a running back on each side, one receiver to each side as well. Going in motion is number 7, but it's a bad snap, and nobody's picked it up yet. It is still loose on the ground. Picked up by North Catholic. It's Nick Maher, number 9, swoops in there, grabs up the fumble, and North Catholic is in business again.
Just look at the pursuit of North Catholic. You had 2-3 guys right on that ball when it was free. Great job all around by the North Catholic defense.
And this really has been a nightmare of a start for Valley. They haven't been able to get any yards on offense. 2 turnovers now. North Catholic has not run an offensive play from their own territory. They've been getting amazing field position, and now they're going to try to get another quick score. 5:52 left here in the first quarter. Prentice looking over to the sideline. We've got a Peregrine Falcon, and it looks like an old 1920s radio on the cards they're holding up, but I'm guessing the side facing the field is probably different. Prentice is back to Pax. He's going to throw over the middle and just over the outstretched arms of Jaron Timmons, who falls down at the back of the end zone.
Coming out in a 5-wide set, definitely trying to spread the ball around, create a good one-on-one matchup. They went for it with the 6'5 Timmons, but just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, Timmons, it looked like from his tight end position, was running straight down the middle of the field, and they're going to stay in this spread here. Straub and Maziar's out to the left, Maher to the right, Topinski in the backfield to Prentice's left. It's going to be handed off to Topinski. He goes up the middle. He's going to run to the left side of the end zone, and he's not going to get there. Nice tackle by Valley's number 7. He's pulled down at about the 5-yard line.
Nice, powerful run by Topinski. As I said, a back as big as him is going to wear down a defense over time. So even the carries of 5, 4, 3 yards, they serve a purpose to this offense.
9 on the play brings up 3rd and a short 1.
3rd and 1 here for North Catholic. You figure this is probably 2-down territory since they're so close to the end zone, and it's a 3rd and 1.
Interested to see, do they try to execute a quick pass? Do they try to power it in there?
Prentice is going to keep it himself, and he's going to run into the end zone. That's another North Catholic touchdown. Their second rushing touchdown in the last minute of the game, and it's 13-0.
Those QB reads are so dangerous near the end zone. You have to key on a back like Kyle Topinski that close to the end zone. So it leaves a running lane open for Joey Prentice to walk on in to the end zone for that touchdown.
Number 8, Ethan Marsico to attempt the extra point. Here's Corey Holt.
And Marsico is going to put this extra point through as well. That makes it 14-0 North Catholic.
With 5:34 remaining in the first quarter, the Trojans 14, the Vikings 0.
NC Athletics is looking for game day sponsors for our live broadcast. If you would like to be an NC Athletics game day sponsor, please contact Brian Miller at bmiller@northcatholic.org. So that was the Trojans' second touchdown in less than a minute to take a 14-0 lead. And I mean, Valley's got to be kind of spinning right now. Nothing has worked for them so far. Do you see anything that Valley could be doing differently, Darren, to make this game
Sean,
try to get across midfield?
Sean, I've been on the receiving end of these games many a times during my playing days, sadly, and sometimes you just look at each other in the huddle and say, what can we try that we don't think could even have an proper opportunity of working? It's so difficult when you're just having penetration with the line. So much is up front with the protection, and Valley just simply is not protecting, is not driving out. The blocking just simply is not there for Valley today.
Number 4, Warren. Number 7, Johnson. 31, Daniel Long set to kick for the Trojans.
So Warren and Johnson back for Valley. Long kicking. He's going to put it in the air right to Warren at about the 15-yard line. And he's going to break it out to his left, trying to get to the edge. And Jackson touches him, and then 2 more Trojans jump on Warren. And he's going to get tackled at the 20-yard line, so only a 5-yard kickoff return. Great pursuit, again, by the Trojans. And you mentioned it earlier. They look so fast tonight, Darren.
Oh, they're moving out there, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Said all-around team pursuit, great team game so far. Now, I'm curious to see if Valley maybe does try attempt to throw the ball because running has not been too successful. Maybe they could try to utilize this quick passing game to try to have any type of consistent positive yardage against this North Catholic defense.
their quarterback starts under center. I formation, 2 people behind him. I think he handed the ball off and then was absolutely crushed by Nick Maher.
I mean, it's difficult to move the ball when your quarterback's getting hit while he's handing the ball off. This is just all around great penetration by that North Catholic front seven.
So what do you think is the secret behind North Catholic getting into the backfield on every play? Do you think it's schematic, or is it just like North Catholic man on man? North Catholic is beating Valley on the offensive line.
I think schematically they're just playing discipline. They're not doing anything too outside the box. They're just playing solid football, good technical football.
Valley again underneath, and the ball is loose again. Another trouble with the handoff, with the snap, and North Catholic is on it again inside the Valley 20-yard line. That's their 3rd turnover for Valley inside their own 20-yard line, and North Catholic is knocking on the door again with 4:39 left in the first quarter.
Before that play, you saw a 6-man rush, it looked like, being sent. The quarterback kind of got some happy feet and hot potatoed the ball as soon as it was snapped, trying to get it out quickly from that blitz coming.
So far this game, we've seen a lot of turnovers, 3 for Valley, 1 for North Catholic, and also 2 North Catholic touchdowns, an excellent running attack so far from North Catholic.
Oh, they reversed. It looks like they actually reversed that fumble, and Valley is still in control.
Third and 12 for the Vikings. Thanks for correcting me there, Darren. Vikings are going to hand it off on 3rd and 12, and their running back looks like he gets up to the 20-yard line.
I'm starting to wonder if Valley has any faith in their quarterback. That some of these are obvious passing downs, and they continue to just run the ball. You think you would try something different in an effort to get some yardage.
Valley's still, as you said, relying on that running game, and it has not been successful so far. Valley is choosing to punt here on 4th and 10. Punting, and back for North Catholic are Jackson and Straub, and the punt is going to be snapped over his head. He's got it in the end zone, and he's going to punt it, and it's far better than the first punt that he had, out to the 45-yard line, bounces right to Straub. He's going to pick it up. He's running. He's to the 40, 35-30. Straub down the sideline, tries to make a move, and he's going to get pulled down inside the 20-yard line.
It almost ended up being an Australian-style punt. You see some punters in the NFL starting to use, brought over from Australia, with that running start to try to get an end-over-end punt.
So that was a wild play there. The snap went over the punter's head. He ran back, picked the ball up in the end zone, and kicked it with about 3 people running into his face all the way out to the 50-yard line. Straub picked it up and returned it more than 30 yards, and that's all not going to matter, because we've got a block in the back on North Catholic. And so this will be North Catholic's worst starting field position by far in the game tonight. And they're only getting the ball on their own 40-yard line, it looks like.
Trojans will have it 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line after the assessed penalty.
And just adding to the chaos on the last play, it looks like Liam Straub was hurt as he was being tackled on that play, and he's not really able to put any weight, it looks like, on his right ankle or leg. So we're hoping that Liam is going to be able to recover, because based on that punt return, he's a guy who you want to have the ball in his hands. So North Catholic is back on offense. Prentice back in the shotgun, Topinski to his right, Maziar's in motion, moving from left to right. And ball is snapped. Prentice rolling out to his right. He's looking downfield. He's going to throw to Maher on the sideline, a toe-tapping catch, and he's going to make that catch at about the 48-yard line.
Great catch by Maher. Great body awareness near the sideline. That's a polished wide receiver right there.
Yeah, Maher really had a breakout year last year on the receiving end. And he's probably someone who's going to look to play receiver in college, I would think.
Oh, Maher's great size for the college game. He is standing at 6'2". He's actually currently taller than 4 out of the 5 wide receivers on the Steelers roster. So he has great size for receiver, great big target for quarterbacks.
So it's going to be 2nd and 2 here for North Catholic with 3:37, and we're still in the first quarter. North Catholic leading 14-0. Prentice in the shotgun, and he's going to draw Valley offside again. What is Joey Prentice doing to draw Valley offside there, Darren?
Sean, some teams just have trouble with discipline. Some teams, they're aggressive. They want to try to make a play, but they don't have the awareness to make sure they're watching the ball. So sometimes that's simply just on the players you're playing against more than the quarterback. But I believe Joey is using a nice hard count to get those players to jump off sides.
And we're going to get another timeout here for Valley. You know, during this timeout, it's nice to look out into the stands and see a few people, even though they're staying socially distanced here. The band playing the fight song, cheerleaders cheering. It's nice to see something that is approaching something we might have seen last year in 2019 at this time of year.
Any bit of normalcy is always welcome. Just seeing these young men out here getting to play this game is just a welcome sight.
And Prentice still in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Topinski. Topinski trying to get to the corner on the left. He's going to turn that corner, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line.
Great execution of a stretch play there. Topinski looking to find a hole. Nice positive gain right there.
That's going to be about a 5-yard gain. Looks like 2nd and 5 for North Catholic. They're going to stay in the shotgun. Maziarz and Jackson out wide to the left. Topinski to Prentice's right in the backfield, and Maher out to the right. Prentice is going to have trouble with the snap, and he's going to get tackled by 2 Valley Vikings in the backfield, and it's going to bring up, it looks like, a 3rd and 12 for North Catholic. So their first long down and distance 3rd down here in the game.
Curious to see how Valley plays this on defense. I've noticed on a couple plays their safeties are creeping up more towards the box. I wonder with this long down and distance, the safeties actually play back as more of an over-the-top coverage.
Still shotgun, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Prentice calls for the snap. He gets it. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking downfield. He makes one man miss. He's going to run it now. Prentice making a couple people miss, but he is tackled just as he crosses the line of scrimmage and will fall forward for about 3 or 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 4th down. It looks like 4th and 7. And North Catholic is going to choose to punt it here.
North Catholic going with the rollout on that play, giving kind of an option to Joey Prentice for a run or pass. I mean, a quarterback as athletic as him, you want to get every bit of his athletic ability in use. So nice call, even though it wasn't for a first down, for using the rollout pass.
Maher is wide receiver and punter for North Catholic, and that's a nice punt. It's going to land at about the 12-yard line and bounce down, rolling slowly, and it's going to stop at the 4-yard line, and Valley cannot catch any breaks.
You know, Sean, what they say. It's a game of field position, and North Catholic just won the field position battle right there.
Maher's got to be quite an athlete. Wide receiver, we saw his great talent with the toe-tapping sideline catch, and that was a beautiful punt for high school football right there. And Maher also plays basketball.
And let's not forget, he's been making some plays on the defensive side of the ball here as well as an outside linebacker. The young man is just blessed with some athletic ability.
So Valley trying to come up with something positive. They're going to come out in what you call the Maryland I, Darren. And everybody is up around the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand it off, and that guy is met in the backfield. It looks like it's going to be a loss of 1 or 2 And if North Catholic keeps getting in the backfield like they have, Valley might give up a safety here.
You know, I'm not a real big fan of those power sets like the Power I and Maryland I. It causes the entire defense to compact down into the box with you. There's no outside threats. I don't really think it's working, especially with the way the Valley team is blocking. So I'm surprised they're still sticking with these compact, tight sets. I mean, as you see here, pretty much the entire North Catholic defense is down in the box right now.
Yeah, Joey Prentice is the furthest back, and he's only 6 or 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. Valley's going to run it right up the middle again. And it looks like they're going to get back to the line of scrimmage around the 5-yard line this time, setting up a 3rd and 10. And we'll see if Valley trusts their quarterback and tries to throw it. It looks like they are going to have to run a play here before the end of the first quarter. There's 50 seconds left.
I could be wrong on this, but it appears their usual quarterback got sent to the sideline, and they're calling in a play with someone else to see what they go with on this play.
And Valley calls their 3rd and final timeout of the first half with 28 seconds left in the first quarter. I can't remember a game that I've seen where a team has used all 3 of its timeouts in the first quarter.
I mean, you expect some issues with the current landscape of the world. I mean, you don't have the full spring ball that a lot of these teams had, so you expect some sloppiness. You expect some issues. But I'm just kind of surprised. 3 timeouts in the first quarter. I guess they don't plan on going on a 2-minute drill anytime soon.
So North Catholic leading 14-0, 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. North Catholic, as we said, beat up on Derry 55-7 last week. Valley played a close game, losing to Burrell 22-13. So at the top of the standings, we've got North Catholic, Freeport, and Burrell. With only a 7-game schedule, Valley's going to be maybe hard-pressed to make a run to the playoffs if they lose this game. If you start 0-2 and you only play 6 section games, so this is a big game for them, and it's got to be a little disappointing on their side to come out and play a very sloppy first quarter.
I would say try to regroup at the halftime and come out with a new plan, but we still have a whole second quarter to get through. So I'm really curious to see they have to find a way to turn this game around before it gets out of hand.
This time, Valley is back in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the quarterback's right, 2 to his left and 2 to his right. He's going to scramble, though, and try to run for it. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. A positive gain of 4 for Valley, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. And they're going to have to punt with 22 seconds left in the first quarter.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, they actually subbed in a different quarterback for this play. I'm not sure if they have a running quarterback and then a throwing quarterback. But if that's the case, it's really going to make it easy on North Catholic to try to predict what they're trying to do.
As I mentioned at the outset of the broadcast, Valley has pale gold numbers, so it's pretty hard to tell. And it looks like their quarterbacks might be number 11 and number 12.
Honestly, the only way I could tell is through one has the black arm sleeve, one has a white arm sleeve. That was my tell on that.
And we've got another timeout, this time by North Catholic. And so we're going to take another little break here with 22 seconds left. This is like it's the end of the first half. All of these timeouts at the end of the first quarter.
I'm thinking maybe North Catholic calls a timeout. Maybe they're trying to cook up a nice block to try to see if they get an easy points right here, right now.
Maybe. It doesn't seem to be like you need to be rushing to score points. You've still got an entire 12-minute second quarter, and then the second half after that.
I understand where you're coming from, but you always got to put your foot in the accelerator until the game is totally out of reach. I mean, there's no it doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 50, a win's a win, but it's always nice to have that breathing room.
And it looks like Straub has not yet recovered from his leg injury earlier, because Isaiah Jackson is the only player back for the Trojans. And let's see if Valley gets the snap off correctly this time. It is going to work. And there's the punt. It's a good one. It's going to land on the 40-yard line and roll out of bounds just at about the 50-yard line. That's a good play there from Valley to flip the field position a little bit. Trojans starting at the 50.
Gives them a little bit of breathing room. If North Catholic scores a touchdown on this drive, at least they've earned it. It's not a give me from 5, 10, 15, 20 yards out.
So it looks like we're going to have one play here still before the end of the first quarter, at least. 11 seconds left. North Catholic, as usual, is going to come out in the shotgun. They've got 3 receivers out to the left. That's Maziarz, Laconi, and Jackson. Maher out to the right. Everyone looking to the sideline to see the play that's being called. Topinski is going to be to Prentice's left. Here is the snap. It's going to be handed off to Topinski, who runs up the middle. He's got a great burst of speed. He's to the 40, 35, bounces off a man. He's to the 30, and he's going to be taken down at the 26-yard line. A 24-yard run for Kyle Topinski, and North Catholic's offense just keeps on rolling.
What a powerful run by Topinski. I saw at least 2 broken tackles, and that's the advantage of having a 6'3", 220-pound back in high school. They're just hard to bring down, and people really a lot of times don't want to bring them down, Sean.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here.
Your score after 1, the North Catholic Trojans 14 and the Valley Vikings 0.
And North Catholic is going to lead this game 14-0 after the first quarter. And we would like you to know that North Catholic Athletics has a new home on the web that is coming soon. You can visit this new website for update information on your favorite NC athletic team. You can also sign up to receive text or email alerts to keep you on top of your favorite Trojan teams. Let's recap the scoring for you. There was 2 scores in that first quarter, both of them touchdowns, both of them rushing touchdowns for North Catholic. Kyle Topinski opened up the scoring with a 7-yard touchdown run at 6:05 of the first quarter. Ethan Marchko added on the extra point to make it 7-0. Under a minute later at 5:34 of the first quarter, Joey Prentice scored his 3rd touchdown rushing of the season with a 5-yard run. Marchico tacked on the extra point again, and it's 14-0 North Catholic. And North Catholic is driving again at the 26-yard line, a 1st and 10. Prentice in the shotgun, 3 wide out, split out to his right. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw deep down the left sideline. It is a... Wow, that's a touchdown. What a catch by Kyle Maziarz. There was a cornerback all over him, and he jumped up over him and brought the ball down.
Great focus, and most importantly, he high-pointed that ball. He got the ball at the highest point, allowing him to come down with that touchdown. That's, once again, textbook play by a wide receiver.
So North Catholic did it rushing in the first quarter and passing here right at the beginning of the second quarter. We've got 11:50 left in the second quarter. That was the first play of the second quarter in North Catholic.
That's what a lot of offenses want, balance. You want the ability to run and throw, to keep the defense not knowing what's coming next. And North Catholic is doing a great job executing the run and the pass.
Remaining in the first half of play, the Trojans 21, the Vikings 0.
North Catholic adds on the extra point from Marsico again, and it is 21-0 now, Trojans. That was just a really impressive passing play there from Prentice to Maziarz.
Like I said, great focus, high pointing the ball. That's so difficult when you have a man guarding you in your face. Anyone can catch a football in the backyard just throwing it around, but having a defender on you makes it so much more difficult. Great job by Maziarz to be able to track that ball and secure the ball on the way down.
Yeah, that was my delay in announcing the touchdown. I could not tell if he held on to the ball. I was waiting for some sign from the officials or his teammates celebrating, and that's a catch that you can brag about and talk about for a while.
As we like to say, that's going on the highlight reel.
So North Catholic has stretched its lead to 21-0. Daniel Long will kick it off. Valley sending its same 2 players, Warren and Johnson, back to receive. And really the best play of the game for Valley so far might have been their original kickoff return, other than the fumble that they recovered in the first quarter. Long kicks it back, but we're going to have a whistle. Play is dead. And it's going to be
off. Legal motion. I don't know how they did that. Maybe it was an offsides. I'm not sure. I didn't see any shift occur, so I'm not sure where they get that illegal motion penalty from.
Well, regardless of where it came from, North Catholic is now going to kick it off from the 35-yard line. So a chance here for Valley to start a drive maybe in a little bit better field position, as North Catholic will be kicking back 5 yards further back than they were before. Here is Long with the kick. Comes up to the line, boots it in the air, and it's going to be over the returner's head, and that could be trouble for Valley. Picked up at about the 7-yard line by Warren. He's going to make a couple people miss. He's still running out to the 23-yard line. He made 3 or 4 Trojans miss. He is a dangerous player with the ball, and really it's just the pursuit and effort of North Catholic that is getting him down on the ground.
Yeah, sometimes when a play breaks down like that, it takes the kickoff team out of their lanes as well. We talked about rush lanes in the pass rush. There's lanes on kick as well. So sometimes the play breaks down, everyone wants to make the tackle. That leaves holes for the kick returner to run through.
And unfortunately for Valley, there's going to be a penalty on that. And I'm not quite sure what the penalty was, but it puts them back on their own 10-yard line.
It was a block in the back, Sean. Once again, you can't do that. That's always going to kill good returns.
It almost seems like half of the good returns that you see involve a block in the back. Does the block in the back create the good return, or are people just getting careless?
It's a little bit of both. Sometimes it's that lane. Some people say you're on the side. Some people say you're on the back. You've got to make sure your head's in front of the player to properly execute that block. Ooh.
Valley started in a shotgun, but it was a quarterback keeper for number 5, and he ran out to his left and was thrown out of bounds, and the ball went flying, but it flew out of bounds, so nobody had a chance to recover it for North Catholic.
Once again, great pursuit again by the North Catholic defense. Pursuit is such an important part of defensive play. You got to swarm to the ball in case a tackle's broken. You have a teammate there to come pick you up.
And it looks like we have an injured Trojan down on the field with 11:11 left here in the second quarter. And it is Joey Prentice, but he's going to be pulled up by his teammates. He's walking a little gingerly. And it looks like we're going to get back to action here. 11:11 left in the second quarter. 2nd and 13. Prentice has come to the sideline, but he's walking around. Looks like he might be just in a little bit of pain, and he'll get back in there. Valley back in the shotgun. And it's going to be another quarterback run running out to the right. Is he going to get out of the end zone? It looked like he might have jumped over someone, but he got out to the 2-yard line. I mean, even getting out of the end zone is a problem for Valley right now.
Those North Catholic linebackers are just flowing with the play, and they're just breaking down in that open space and being there to make the tackle. Like I said, this is great technical defense on all levels coming from North Catholic.
And a good sign if you're a North Catholic fan, Joey Prentice back on the field. He plays both ways. He is the quarterback, and it looks like a free safety. The North Catholic has played so close to the line of scrimmage. I can't tell if he's a safety or a
I believe they're cycling some of their
linebacker.
safeties down and up. You might be a strong, might be a free. Both are kind of playing by the line of scrimmage, playing back, depending on the play.
Shotgun for Valley. Running backs to his right and left. In the back of the end zone, he is met there by 2 North Catholic players, and that's going to be a safety. Maher sprinting out with his hand in the air, so probably Maher again. And that's going to be 2 points for the Trojans.
Nick Maher came around that edge like his hair was on fire. Great pass rush, speed rush around the tackle. Went for the strip sack, but still came away with the safety.
So the North Catholic defense gets on the board with 10:16 left here in the second quarter. That's going to be 23-0 North Catholic. So now we've seen Valley with that Maryland eye and then handing it off to running backs from a shotgun formation, and now quarterback keepers from that same shotgun formation. And there they tried to pass it from the shotgun. Nothing is working for Valley.
Yeah, they're really being stymied at every turn by this North Catholic defense. Like I said earlier, great technical job by the entire team. Everyone's being disciplined, obeying their lanes, doing their job. If you do your job, everyone does their job at once on a defense. 11 is 1. You're going to have a successful defense out there.
So not only does North Catholic get 2 points there on the safety, Valley is going to have to do a free kick to North Catholic from their own 20. So North Catholic's going to have a chance to put more points on the board here quickly.
Number 21, Dylan Gentile to kick for the Vikings. Maher back to receive.
And here is the kick from Valley. It's going to make it to about the 48-yard line, where it's picked up by a North Catholic player out of the air. And he's making people miss. That is number 20. He's still going down the sideline to the 25-yard line. That's not someone that you would expect. That's not someone you'd expect to get the ball. I think it was Jack Fennell, number 20. And I mean, he looked great on that return, making a few people miss.
Sometimes you have those kickoffs and you kick it to an up back. You don't expect a solid return. Sometimes they'll call fair catch and take the ball as is. So when they come out on that return, you're kind of taken off guard, and he really took advantage with some of the lanes that he received on that free kick.
North Catholic, first down and 10 from the 25. Prentice in the shotgun, 3 out to his right, 1 to his left. Prentice throws quickly to the right. Maher picks it up. Maher's running 20 to the 10. 5. Maher's going to be in for a touchdown. That was a greatly executed screen play. Another passing touchdown in the second quarter. Maher scores from Prentice.
The unsung hero on that play is number 2, Carson Laconey. Great block on the outside, really setting that up for Maher to have that beautiful touchdown screen. Like I said, a screen pass is all about your teammates coming through, and Laconey really did his job setting up a block on the outside.
And that's a play we have not seen yet from North Catholic today, so they're really showing us a lot of their playbook here in what's been a very impressive performance from them so far. Ethan Marsico is kicking. Pierce Corey with the hold. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's going to be good again. Marsico is 4 for 4 on extra points tonight.
You know, offense is all about getting your athletes in space, and North Catholic all night has been finding ways to get their athletes in space. And if you find that over and over again, you're going to have more big plays than not.
So North Catholic up 30-0, 9:55 left in the second quarter here. North Catholic looking like for the second straight week, they're going to be out for a blowout victory here in the Allegheny 7 Conference.
They're doing a great job establishing themselves as the top dog in this conference. They're sending a message to the rest of the conference, trying to establish their dominance and knowing that when you see North Catholic on the schedule, it's going to be a hard week for you.
Yeah, and it's impressive that North Catholic has just continued to churn out really good seasons after losing some great seniors every year. Last year they lost their quarterback, Zach Rocco, a couple linemen who were D1 linemen even, and they have not missed a step here, just dominating the competition so far.
I think that goes out to Coach O'Shea creating a successful culture on the team. Everyone wants to be a part. Everyone wants to do their part. Everyone wants to work hard. You have a culture like that, you're going to produce good teams year after year.
And Valley better start backing up on those kicks. Again, the returner Warren has to back up to get the ball. And this time he's not going to get very far. He's tackled inside the 10-yard line by number 21.
Mitch Lanenthaler, great job staying disciplined, not running to the ball, staying in his lane. Therefore, when the cut back on that play, he was right in position to break down and make that tackle.
And it looks like we've got a flag on the field again, lying at about the 20-yard line. And it looks like a personal foul, maybe, face mask on North Catholic. And so that great tackle by Landthaler is not actually going to pin Valley inside their own 10. Valley's going to get the ball at about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes you're out there trying to make a play, Sean. You just try to grab on, and sadly, sometimes you get a handful of face mask, and you give your team 15 yards against them.
It seems like we've had a 15-yard penalty on every single kickoff tonight.
Oh, North Catholic looking like it's going to bring pressure right here.
Valley in the shotgun, the snap, and there's 3 North Catholic players immediately in the backfield, and those 3 actually missed the running back, but then there's 2 more after them. Meeting that guy in the backfield. It's going to be another 4-yard loss for Valley. Their rushing attack cannot get going.
North Catholic's just taking advantage there with superior play. They only sent 5 in that play, so it was a one-on-one matchup with the entire line, and everyone seemed to win their one-on-one matchup on that play.
Pierce Corey, in between the plays here, went down and did a couple push-ups. I'm not sure what that's about.
You got to stay warm out there, Sean. You always got to stay warm.
So Valley's going to try here. Second down, and it looks like 14, about 9 minutes left in the second quarter from the shotgun. The quarterback is going to keep it himself, and in the backfield, that's going to be number 54 tripping him up, and number 54 for North Catholic is... Well, also helped by 28, Pierce Corey. Number 54, let me check my roster here, is not on my roster.
You talk about being successful. Sometimes it's the things you don't see that leads to success. On that play, number 31, Daniel Long, fights through his block, shoulders through, creates a lane for the linebackers to clean up. So like I said, every defender on this team is doing their job.
Valley third and a long way here from that same shotgun. They're going to run it again. The quarterback up the middle. He gets positive yards this time, but he is met by Rocky Kopak, number 67, and number 57, Peyton Jones.
You almost feel bad for the Valley backs at this point. They're trying their best, but there's just no room to run. They're almost getting hit as soon as they touch the ball. I don't know what Valley could do at this point to really try to get an offense going, but North Catholic just seems to be one step ahead on every play.
And those 2 players whose names we haven't mentioned yet tonight, but are probably doing a great job on every play down low, Kopak and Jones make the tackle on that play. Valley is punting here. He's going to punt, is going to land at about the 38-yard line, take a couple bounces. No North Catholic player wants to mess with it, and it's going to roll to a stop almost in the middle of the midfield stripe. So North Catholic is going to pick up the ball at the 50-yard line with 7:42 left here in the first half.
You know, there's an old saying games are won in the trenches, and by far and away, North Catholic is winning this game in the trenches on both sides of the ball. You see the penetration on defense. You see the push on the offensive line, giving those running lanes to the backs. So if North Catholic keeps this up, they will walk to an easy victory.
And North Catholic, as usual, out in the shotgun. Prentice with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Topinski to his left. He's going to roll back. 3 people come uncontested, but it's a screen pass to Topinski. Topinski gets it. He's on the 40. And he's pushed outside at about the 37-yard line of Valley, a 13-yard gain. Another beautifully executed play, taking advantage of Valley's aggression.
Oh, Prentice and Topinski set up that screen perfectly. Those Valley defenders ran right into it, leaving beautiful lanes for Topinski to run after the catch.
Some sort of discussion here from the officials, and we're going to get I'm not sure what the call is, but it looks like it's against Valley.
Unsportsmanlike penalty on the Vikings.
So that's unsportsmanlike penalty on the Valley Vikings. And that's going to take the ball all the way from the 30.
After the penalty, the Trojans will have it 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line.
All the way to the 25-yard line from about the 40.
Once again, that's just undisciplined play. You can't be doing that. You have to use your head out there on the field.
Prentice back in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Kyle Topinski in the backfield to his right. Here comes the snap. Prentice is going to fake the handoff to Topinski, keep it himself. He's going to run out to the right. He's got no room out there, but he's going to cut it back to the middle now. He needs some help here. Prentice making people miss, and he's somehow going to get positive yardage out of that. Only 3 or 4 yards, but it could have been a loss of 10.
That's the hardest working 3 yards you'll see all game. Ran 50 to get 3, but hey, a positive gain is a positive gain.
Yeah, that's a great description. He did run 50 yards to get 3 yards. Is he tired after that? Do you think that affects the play here?
He's probably a little out of breath, but once again, he's a young man. He's in the prime of his life. He's probably going to be able to run the ball again if he needs to on the next play.
And it looks like the cards North Catholic is holding up as a king cobra and Mike Tyson hovering over someone he's just knocked out. But again, that's the back of the card, so I don't really know what the play is. Whatever it is, it was a handoff to Topinski, and he's actually going to be taken down pretty quickly at the 20-yard line, bringing up a rare third down, really, for North Catholic, 3rd and 5.
But still, 3rd and 5 is a manageable down and distance. There's usually they call plus territory. Anything less than 3rd and 5 and less, coaches are pretty happy. It kind of opens up the playbook. When you start getting into those 3rd and 10s, 12s, 3rd and 15s, anything longer than that, it kind of limits what the coach can call.
We've seen a lot of different plays here from North Catholic so far. Let's see what they pick out of the playbook. Maybe they're not sure. They're going to call a timeout and make sure they've got the right play for this 3rd and 5 with 6:03 left in the first half.
Good timeout now. You want to have a good play coming in on this 3rd down. A touchdown here might be a dagger for this game. So making sure they put this game totally out of reach might be paramount for the North Catholic offense.
And it looks like we're about ready to get back to action here after the North Catholic timeout. It is a 3rd and 5. Prentice in the shotgun again. Jackson, Laconey, Maher out to his right. It's probably going to be Maziarz to his left, split out wide. And in the backfield with him is Kyle Topinski. And Topinski has a touchdown run tonight. So does Prentice. Let's see what North Catholic has drawn up. Jackson comes in motion in front of Prentice. Prentice is going to hand it to him. Jackson, can he get to the pylon? I think he does. Let's see where the spot is. And the down marker has changed to 4. It does not look like they're going to give Jackson the first down. He is inches short. But I think North Catholic their offense is staying on the field, and they're going to go for it.
That jet motion now is so popular in football. It allows one of your athletes to be giving running head start with the ball in his hand. So great play call. I really think he got the first down there, but it took one more play to get it.
That was one of the more interesting QB sneaks that I've ever seen. Normally, everybody's packed in there. The quarterback is under center, and he falls forward. Prentice was almost in a shotgun there, and it was like a surprise. He just ran at the ball and picked it up and fell forward for the first down. And now 1st and 10 on the 15. Prentice back in the shotgun again. No quarterback sneak this time. He's going to pitch it really late to Topinski, and Topinski's going to catch it and run right into the end zone.
What a beautiful pitch on that speed option by Joey Prentice. That is a highlight reel move. Beautiful execution. First I thought he was going to keep it. Last second pitch makes it so hard on the defense. Beautiful touchdown.
That touchdown comes at 5:29 of the second quarter. A 15-yard run by Kyle Topinski on a pitch from quarterback Joey Prentice. That looked risky to me. Do you think his coach is happy on the sideline, Darren?
I think he's happy with the result. I'm not sure if he's happy with the execution, but you can't blame what works sometimes. And like I said, I thought he was pulling it down on that speed option, but last second pitch, that's the advantage of it. People start crashing on the quarterback, leaves the lane open for the running back.
Marsico with the point after. It is up and good. Marsico is 5 for 5 tonight on extra points. And sometimes that can be really important in a high school game. Especially a close one. Those missed extra points can pile
Oh,
up.
having an efficient kicker can be a game changer. I mean, when I was in high school, our kicker actually went on to kick in college, so we always had that advantage in the back of our minds that if we needed an extra point, a field goal, we were in good shape. But, I mean, if you score 4 touchdowns and miss 4 extra points, that's almost over a field goal that you left on the field. So having that efficient kicker, huge help for the team.
So 37-0 now. North Catholic, 5:29 to play in the second quarter. North Catholic, as a reminder, won 55-7 against Derry last week. And long to kick off for North Catholic. Here comes the kick. Shorter one this time, picked up at the 20-yard line. And reaching the 30 is Valley's player. And he's going to be tackled by about 3 North Catholic players at about the 32-yard line. Blake Primrose and Mitch Lanthaler. Lanthaler's second tackle on a special teams play. And this time, he does not add a face mask, so Valley's not going to get any more yards tacked on to the end of this one. Valley will start this drive on the 33-yard line. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Valley is going to line up under center this time. Another bunched formation. Hand it to the back in the backfield, number 18. He's actually going to get to the outside. He's got a lot of room. He's at the 50, 45, 40. And is he going to be caught? Tyler Maziarz is going to catch him, but not until Valley gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. They've been bottled up all game, and suddenly they break out with about a 50-yard run there, Darren.
Great hustle play by Tyler Maziark, though, stopping that from a touchdown. I was watching the play, great inside pressure, but they just haven't been able to break that inside. Maybe I think North Catholic threw on a stunt trying to stop the inside run, left them vulnerable to that outside run.
And that's really the first time we've seen Valley maybe even try to – well, I think they have tried to run it outside. They just haven't been able to get there. But we can see when they do get outside, they're dangerous. The Valley quarterback is under center again, hands it to the person right behind him,
Might have a fumble.
and he is met immediately. Do we have a fumble? Somebody for North Catholic has come out with the ball. Number 54 for North Catholic has recovered the fumble.
That appeared to be almost looked like a triple option, and that's the danger of running the option. You have a lot of people touching the ball. Fumbles happen.
And that's going to be Valley's 4th turnover tonight. Just when it looked like they were getting something going, turnovers come back and bite Valley in the foot.
You know what they say, sometimes it's just not your night.
So North Catholic, they're going to see if they can go 82 yards here with 4:56 left in the second quarter. Prentice hands off to Topinski. Topinski makes it to the 20, running around to the outside of the 25. He's got that edge. He's going to run outside near the 40-yard line. So immediately, North Catholic gains a big chunk of yards, but there is a flag on the play there. There's going to be a hold on North Catholic, and that's going to bring the run back from the 40-yard line and to, it looks like, the 24-yard line. So they still get a positive yardage out of that, so the hold must have been pretty far downfield. Let's see what North Catholic does here on this 2nd and 4. Prentice in the shotgun. Topinski to his right. Maher to his right outside. And 2 receivers to his left. And it looks like there's going to be a tight end of the game here. Prentice back to pass. He's looking down the right-hand side of the field. Throws a jump ball. Maher almost jumped over the cornerback to grab that in. But it's a nice breakup of the pass there by the Valley player.
Yeah, the number 4 for Valley was just in perfect position in that pass between him, the receiver, and the ball. So not a lot Maher could do. Maher probably did a good job making sure that didn't turn into an interception.
I think that is Warren for Valley, and he's actually down hurt on the play. Maher almost jumped over him and then probably landed with all of his body weight on him. So Warren's shaken up a little bit.
Once again, Maher isn't a small kid, so he is a very large receiver, so that's a lot of weight coming down.
And so we're in a kind of an injury timeout here. All the players on the field kneeling, some with their helmets off, hoping that the Valley player is going to be able to get up here soon and make it to the sideline under his own power. We would like to remind you, though, to join us tomorrow as we recognize our seniors on both boys and girls soccer. Boys soccer kicks off at 11:30 a.m. against Freedom, with senior recognition starting at 11:15 a.m. Girls soccer follows at 1:30 p.m. against Ambridge, with senior recognition starting after 1 p.m. Catch all the day's action right here at NC Athletics on Boxcast. Thankfully, number 4 for Valley has gotten up and wandered to his far sideline, not being supported by anybody, and that's a good sign. We've got a 2nd down here and 4 for North Catholic. And Prentice is going to draw Valley offside again and get himself a 1st down.
You know the old saying, do it until they stop it. So I am all for these hard counts, getting these easy yardage against an undisciplined Valley defense.
We have 4:38 left here in the 2nd quarter. It seems every 2nd and 4 we get, Prentice just goes for that offside to try and get a 1st down. He's back in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Topinski, but Topinski wasn't there. Still gets the throw off to Jackson. Jackson's going to run forward, cutting up between the hash marks, get about 2 or 3 yards. So a positive gain there out of what looked like a broken play.
Hey, any type of positive yardage is good yardage. So good play by Jackson, getting some yards out of that play.
Prentice, shotgun, Topinski to his right, 3 receivers to his right, and Prentice rolls to his right. He's looking way downfield. He's going to chuck it as far as he can. It's going to go out of bounds, unfortunately. Jaron Timmons was down there being guarded by 2 defenders.
And that's a matchup you want. Once again, Jaron Timmons, 6'5". You throw a jump ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it.
3rd and 7 here for North Catholic. This is one of the longer down and distance 3rd down plays that they've had so far tonight. And they're going to stay in the shotgun.
They've seemed to get a little bit more aggressive with their play calls, and sometimes that's a result of that, those longer down distances.
Maybe the play has changed here. They're looking over to the sideline after getting set, but Prentice still in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, and he's looking that way. It looks like it's going to be a screen caught by Jaron Timmons. Timmons breaks 1 tackle, but then he's caught from behind, brought down about 2 or 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker. And we're going to send, it looks like, the punt team on the field for North Catholic.
Good execution by the line. Just some of the defensive backs in Valley made a play, stopping that just short of the 1st down.
This is only the 2nd punt of the night for North Catholic, and Nick Maher is going to go back there to punt it. He had a booming punt the first time, well over the head of the returner. And Warren is back to receive, and that's a really good sign to see him get back in the game after we had a little bit of an injury timeout for him. Maher gets the snap, kicks it from about the 25, and it's going to go all the way down to the 25 at the other end, and it's going to keep rolling. Valley stays away. It's going to stop at the 17-yard line and be picked up there by North Catholic. So again, Maher does a great job of pinning Valley deep.
Yeah, it's once in field position. You're making them earn it. I mean, the passing game simply has not been there tonight, so you want to make it go as far as you can during this drive.
First and 10 on the 17-yard line.
I'm really curious to see if Valley gets in a position for a 2-minute drill, what they're going to try to do. I mean, they're out of timeouts. The pass protection hasn't been there. Like, are they just going to attempt to run the ball and see what happens, or are they going to try to get aggressive and see if the pass game can work for them?
I mean, at 37-0, maybe you want to see if you can get some time off the clock here and just get to the half at 37-0. Maybe go back to the drawing board in the second half and see if you can get something positive. The quarterback is going to start under center, and he is going to fake a handoff, roll out to his left. He's going to throw, and it's going to be a little bit behind the receiver. That was a good play from Valley, deviating from their normal plan of attack. Really that was the first pass attempt, I think, that we have seen from Valley in this game tonight.
And a strange call, too, having him roll away from his throwing side. That's a difficult throw to make. I'm not sure what Valley was maybe trying to catch North Catholic off guard with a roll that way.
And maybe that difficulty in the direction of the roll maybe accounted for throwing the ball just a little bit behind the wide receiver. And Valley is going to be underneath center again in an I formation. Receivers out to the left and the right. It's going to be handed to the deep back, and he's hit immediately by Matthias Benson, one of our seniors here for the Trojans, and that's going to be a 2-yard loss for Valley, bringing up another 3rd and long for them.
Once again, penetration and the linebackers filling those gaps. That's what defense is all about.
And Benson is one of those linebackers who is really going to take advantage of the way that the line is giving him options to run in and make those tackles in the backfield.
I mean, absolutely. He comes from a football family. Dad played at Pitt. Dad played in the NFL. So he knows football. So he knows how to take advantage of those situations.
This is going to be a pitch, and it's almost dropped. It is recovered. The Valley running back sprints back up the middle. I think he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing else. And Valley's going to have to punt it back with just over 2 minutes left here in the second half.
So now we'll see North Catholic on a 2-minute drill. I'm really excited to see the type of route combinations and play calls that Coach O'Shea puts Joey Prentice under center with.
Or maybe we're going to get a long return here from Jackson or Laconie, and you're not going to have to run any sort of 2-minute drill. You're going to have plenty of time. The punt here from Valley's Wilson is away. Oh, no, it's blocked. That is blocked, and it's fallen on by North Catholic at around the 18-yard line. So we're not really going to need that 2-minute offense that you mentioned just a minute ago, Darren.
Yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure if it was a block or one of the personal protectors got pushed into that kick, but either way, not a very good kick from Valley.
And unfortunately, again, we have an injured Valley player down on the field, and he looks like he's in a decent amount of pain, but maybe it's just a cramp. They're trying to stretch out his leg. .134 left in the second quarter. North Catholic 37, Valley nothing. Another injury timeout here. All the players on both teams down on a knee. Again, hoping that this Valley player is going to be okay. I think it is Wilson, the punter, who's down injured. And this is always the worst moment, I think, in high school football games. The game normally has all of these sounds, whether it's the cheerleaders cheering, fans making noise in the stands, players celebrating, but everything gets really quiet in these situations where somebody's injured. And you're just hoping that the player's okay. And there's still a huddle of trainers, probably coaches, around that Valley player. I mean, he's definitely moving, and now it looks like they're going to try to pick him up. And he's successfully got up. You're going to hear cheering from the crowd now, and he is getting helped off the field, not putting any weight on his one leg, much like Straub was earlier in the game for North Catholic. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but good to see him get up and get off the field. No need to call the ambulance in, which I've seen before in high school football games, and that's always a scary situation.
Absolutely. You never want to see anyone get hurt, but hopefully it's just a minor injury that could be fixed, maybe with a little rest and some ice.
And we are back to the game here. First down and 10 from, it looks like, the 17 or the 18-yard line. Prentice, as usual, in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass. Met there in the backfield, but makes somebody miss. Joey's going to try to make something good out of this. He keeps running. He's making people miss down to the right side. Throws it. And that's going to be caught by Laconie for a touchdown. How did Brett know to throw the ball?
What a play. That was a busted stream play. Joey Prentice extends the play, finds a lane, and lobs a beautiful pass in the corner of the end zone to Carson Laconie. Man, that is called innovation and ingenuity. You know, busted play, you have to think on the top of your head, and that's called a playmaker. Joey Prentice is a playmaker.
And we've seen him from that a couple times tonight. Once on the pitch where he pitched it as he was getting tackled, and there throwing it as he was getting tackled out of bounds. That was just incredible.
You know, they say when things are going good, they're going good. It's a thing called swagger, and right now Joey Prentice has swagger.
Marsico, speaking of swagger, maybe Marsico has some swagger of his own. 6 successful extra point attempts, making it 44-0 in North Catholic. They're winning by 44 right now. They won by 48 last week. It looks like they've got a chance to blow last week's score right out of the water. 44-0 on senior night for North Catholic.
I mean, putting up this point total is impressive. I mean, anytime you're scoring over 28, you're in good shape to win a football game. But averaging possibly over 50 points a game in your first 2 games, which they very might well do, is just a testament to the execution of the team today.
And you can see that they're happy with the way they're playing. Matthias Benson is dancing on the sideline next to Joey Prentice. They're really having fun out there. North Catholic, what a start. And it's cool that this is all happening on senior night. Those seniors, let's just run down the seniors for you here in the first half before the ball gets kicked off again. They're number 5, Isaiah Jackson. Number 9, Nick Maher. Number 12, Jaron Timmons. Number 25, Matthias Benson. Number 28, Pierce Corey. 55, Eddie Nicotra. 57, Peyton Jones. 67, Rocky Kopak. 72, Tyler Chooch Musto. And 76, Jack Friel. And we've called a lot of their names tonight, so the seniors are great contributors for this team. Long kicking. Warren and Johnson back to receive. We've had to say that a lot here. North Catholic's got to kick it off a lot. That's going to be Warren running slowly, and he's going to be met by a bunch of North Catholic tacklers before he can get up to full speed at about the 24-yard line. And Valley will start at 1:09 left here. If I'm Valley here, don't you just want to get this first half over with?
Yeah, I might call a couple inside runs. Hopefully just collect yourselves, get on the whiteboard, and try to figure out something that might happen.
Yeah, coming back maybe from 44 points is probably not going to happen the way that Valley's offense has been completely stymied by North Catholic here. But you want to start building for the rest of the season if you're Valley. So let's see if they can do that in the second half. Maybe get some points on the board. But, of course, if you're North Catholic, you want that shutout. They gave up 7 points last week. They would probably love to give up 0 points this week.
Absolutely. Both sides have something to play for in the second half. Valley just trying to build confidence going into the rest of the schedule. North Catholic trying to pitch the ever-elusive shutout.
Met in the backfield again is the Valley running back. Maher has been back there all game. Senior Nick Maher doing it both offensively and defensively. We're now under a minute left, and you figure Valley's going to run it again, and we'll get to the second half. Likely the last play of the first half here. Valley getting up to the line. They're in that shotgun formation with running backs on either side of the quarterback, 2 receivers out to his left. And there's the snap. It's going to be a wide receiver screen. Pass is completed this time to number 9 of Valley, and he's going to get up to the 25-yard line. Valley's first completed pass of the game comes with about 20 seconds left in the first quarter. We are ticking down now, under 10 seconds left in the first half, and I think that's going to be the last play of the half.
Yeah, I think they're ready to turn it in, like I said, figure out something on the whiteboard, try to build some confidence going into the second half.
And that's it for the first half. North Catholic, as we have been saying, up 44-0. An impressive first half performance from North Catholic. Let's recap the scoring here, and there's a lot of it to recap. It was opened up by Kyle Topinski with a 7-yard run at 6:05 of the first quarter. After a fumble, Joey Prentice ran another touchdown in from 5 yards away. That was it for the first quarter. North Catholic led 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the very first play was a 26-yard TD pass from Joey Prentice to Tyler Maziarz, a wonderful catch by Maziarz in the corner of the end zone. The next points were 2 points from a safety for North Catholic, making it 23-0. Then at 9:55 of the second quarter, Prentice threw to Maher a 25-yard touchdown pass. That was a wide receiver screen. That made it 30-0 North Catholic. At 5:29 of the second quarter, Kyle Topinski had a 15-yard touchdown run, making it 37-0 after Ethan Marsico's 5th consecutive made extra point. And finally, with 1:20 left in the second quarter, Joey Prentice threw to Carson Laconi a 16-yard touchdown pass, and that was a beauty. Prentice saved a broken play. It was a screen pass that went awry. Prentice sprinted to his right, got all the way to the sideline, chucked it down there, and Laconi toe-tapped in the front right corner of the end zone. A lot of great stuff here in the first half for North Catholic, Darren.
Yeah, total domination, offensive and defensive side of the ball. Let's see if North Catholic can build upon that and just finish this game strong.
Yeah, we will be back with the second half for you. Darren and I are going to take a break, and we're going to leave you with the North Catholic Marching Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now taking the field is your North Catholic High School Trojan Marching Band. The North Catholic High School Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Michael Rooney. Tonight, the band will present selections from the musical phenomenon of Cirque du Soleil from their hit show, La Numa, meaning Live It Up. Led onto the field by drum majors Rebecca Bowman, Ellie Armitage, and color guard captain Alyssa Driucci. And now, please welcome to the field, your North Catholic Trojan Marching Band. Under direction of Mr. Michael Rudick, the North Catholic High School Trojan Marching Band. We thank you for being with us this season, and go Trojans!
Welcome back to the Mars Athletic Complex for Week 2 of the high school football season. North Catholic Trojans against the Valley Vikings. The first half, North Catholic came out very strong, took a 44-0 lead. North Catholic coming off a 55-7 win last week, well on their way to going 2-0 in the section, and that's a great way to start the season in this shortened 7-game season. What were some impressive things you noticed in the first half, Darren?
First off, the play of Joni Prentice, just making plays when there aren't plays to be made. The offenses, especially in today's game of football, always throw through the quarterback. So having a quarterback who can make plays out of nothing like he did today is a great job. The second thing I noticed is the play of the offensive and defensive line. Penetration all day by the defensive line. Great push by the offensive line. That's what really helps them get out to this large lead.
And this is so far back in the game. I just remembered it. The first possession that North Catholic had in the red zone, Prentice threw an interception. And he's not rattled at all by that. Comes back with 3 touchdown passes in the first half as well as a touchdown run. So definitely I got to echo your praise of Joey Prentice there in the first half. We are now 45 seconds left in halftime away from the start of the second half, but that might be delayed a little bit as North Catholic has not yet taken the field. If you're listening in and watching, thanks for paying attention to Senior Night 2020 for North Catholic football. Oddly, it is the second game of the season, but we've already honored the band seniors. We've had 4 of them, 10 senior cheerleaders as well this year, and it looks like 10 senior football players as well, and a lot of them has made a lot of contributions tonight. 10 seconds now, but North Catholic still has not taken the field. If you're wondering who these people are talking to you tonight, I am a social studies teacher at North Catholic High School. I've broadcasted some sporting events throughout my college and high school career, so I've done this a few times. And with me is Darren Lyles, another social studies teacher at North Catholic High School, who played football himself at, I think, Elizabeth Ford High School?
Yes, Elizabeth Ford High School, Harvard on the Mon, as we call it.
And North Catholic has now taken the field with that 44-0 lead. They're on the sideline. Darren, you said that in your career you've unfortunately been on the wrong side of these 44-0 games. So try to put us into the mindset of a Valley coach or player. What are you looking to do here in the second half?
When you're on the wrong side of a blowout, which unfortunately for the first part of my football career at Elizabeth Ford, we were far too often on, you just basically want to do anything you can right for pride. You're trying to come out with any type of positivity moving forward. The seniors on the team obviously don't want to leave this bad taste in their mouth. So when you're on the downside of this game, you're just trying to do anything that also you might be able to build on, maybe a certain set of plays that you might be able to carry into the next game. Though if you're on the positive side, like North Catholic, you're just trying to get in, execute, run a nice clean game, and just get out of here with the victory. So I've been on both sides, unfortunately a little bit more on the losing side, and it's a downer. But, you're trying to find something that works for you.
Yeah, and we'll see if Valley can come up with anything. They really only had one positive offensive play, I would say, in that first half, about a 50-yard run out wide. And then, unfortunately, they fumbled it right after that, and that was about the closest that they got to scoring. We put up 2 more minutes on the clock here since North Catholic seemed to take the field a little bit late. Give them time to stretch. Don't want anybody getting injured here just because they came out of the locker room cold. So we're going to take this time to remind you that NC Athletics is looking for game day sponsors for our live broadcasts. We've had close to 700 people listening in, I think we talked about during halftime. So if you're in the area and you want to get your word out about to some North Catholic families and alumni, please contact Brian Miller at bmiller@northcatholic.org. We would love to be reading some sponsor names here at the beginning of the halftime and during the quarters, rather than just asking for some sponsors to come and help us out. And we'd also like to remind you that you can join us tomorrow right here on NC Athletics on Boxcast as we recognize the seniors in boys and girls soccer. Boys soccer kicks off at 11:30 a.m. against Freedom with senior recognition starting at 11:15 a.m. Girls soccer follows at 1:30 p.m. against Ambridge with senior recognition starting after 1 p.m. Catch all the day's action right here on NC Athletics on Boxcast. So that's tomorrow, boys and girls soccer. Both of those teams looking to do pretty well this year. Girls soccer trying to defend their WPIAL championship, the first in school history when they won in a penalty kick on extra time. And we're just about to start here, but again, we would like to let you know that North Catholic Athletics has a new home on the web that's going to be coming soon. You can visit the new website for update information on your favorite NC athletic teams. You can also sign up to receive text or email alerts to keep you on top of your favorite Trojan teams. For a while, I received Pittsburgh Penguins text alerts. Those were always great fun. So you can share in that same joy by signing up for a North Catholic Trojan text alert. The best thing about the Penguin text alerts, I think, was the trade day updates, the trade deadline updates. High schools aren't allowed to trade people. I don't think the Whippeal would go for that. So you won't get the trade deadline update anticipation, but you'll still maybe get a reminder that you got nothing to do other than watch like a rerun of The Simpsons, and you're going to want to tune into North Catholic. I don't know if they play Simpsons reruns. Maybe it's more like 2.5 Men reruns on Fox. Maybe you want to watch
this
North
looks
Catholic
like a special
instead.
team, so I don't think you want to miss out on the 2020 North Catholic Trojans.
All right. We're about to start here the second half. And it looks like we got different people receiving the punt for North Catholic, maybe. Nick Maher is back there.
Nick Maher back to receive.
And there's two people just 5 yards in front of him.
It looks like Carson Kosecki, and I believe that is Kyle Topinski over there. I can't see his number clearly.
Yeah, I think it is a 3, so that would be the Kyle Topinski. But it's going to be Maher getting the kick and fumbling it at the 20, and smartly he dives on the ball. Maher muffs the kick, but then just picks it right back up. That was a good play from Maher, actually.
I mean, with the way the Trojan offense is moving, it's smart not to do too much. Just keep possession and let your offense work.
And I think that we're in a running clock situation here. I'm not certain about the rules for running clock in football. Do you know, Darren?
I believe it is 35-point lead, second half. So if a player runs out of bounds, change the possession, the clock does not stop. It only stops for the end of the third quarter.
So we could be in for a quick second half here. North Catholic wants to strike quickly, and they're going to get a good positive yardage play here on first down. Prentice hands off for 12 yards to number 20, Jack Fennell. And we saw him return a kick earlier, and he was pretty elusive. And again there, he shows off some good speed.
Once again, that jet motion, creating some lanes for the running back to have.
It looked like Long is now, I can't tell if that is Long or Topinski next to Prentice. Prentice in the shotgun gets a snap, and he fakes the handoff. It was Long, but Prentice is going to his left, and whoa, that was a high tackle made by the Valley player, but Prentice jumps right back up at about the 46-yard line. It's going to be second and short now.
I think some more North Catholic Trojan players are going to get in the game right now, get a little game experience. I know there's JV football, but there's nothing like playing under the Friday night lights, so having this experience is valuable to those young players.
Yeah, speaking of getting players in the game, and maybe we can talk about this after the play, but how long do you keep Prentice in there? And Prentice is, as usual, back in the shotgun. A high snap, but he hands it off to Fennell. Fennell making a couple people miss. He's going to dive forward. He's going to get the first down. North Catholic continues its march down the field with 9:55 left in the third quarter. We're in the third quarter now.
I'm actually still surprised to see Prentice in there, but maybe they're doing a more conservative with the QB runs and maybe doing more of a running-based style offense, and he's just there to operate it.
Yeah, and I'm just asking that because on his run here in the second half, he got tackled up high, and that always looks awkward.
Oh, yeah, it's so easily to twist an ankle, twist a knee. Luckily, he's totally fine. So we'll see how long he actually ends up staying in the game.
Prentice in the shotgun, running back to his left. And he's going to hand to that running back. It's Long, has some room to run. He's going to get the first down inside the 40-yard line. It doesn't really matter who North Catholic has out there, it seems. They're moving the ball down the field.
Now, if you recall, Daniel Long starts on the defensive line. So you have a defensive lineman carrying the ball. That's a powerful runner there.
North Catholic trying to get a play off quickly here. Prentice in the shotgun, calls for the snap. It's going to be handoff to Long again. Long makes somebody miss in the backfield. He's got a lot of room. He's on the 30. He's going to the 25. Maher just knocked somebody over, and Long follows that great block down to the 12-yard line. I would not want to be a defensive back being blocked by Nick Maher.
That's a trade of a winner. You're up by over 40 points, and you're still blocking. You're still working on a play that's not designed to you. Nick Maher is a winner because he does the little things right.
And I bet if we were to go down and talk to him right now, he might be as excited about that block as he was about his touchdown catch earlier in the game.
Oh, there's no better feeling than putting someone on their backside. That's always a great accomplishment.
Prentice, as usual in the shotgun, Long to his left. Coming in motion is Fennell. And the handoff is going to be to Fennell, but there's going to be a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be illegal motion against North Catholic. And we've got 1st and 15 now.
You know, some young guys in there could be expected to have a couple hiccups with some of the motion North Catholic uses. It's part of the game. It's part of the learning process for these young players.
So what exactly is illegal about the motion there?
Sometimes you can't shift backwards if you don't have your feet set. Sometimes two-man can't be in motion at once. So there could be a lot of things going into that penalty.
And here we go. North Catholic, Prentice in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. We've got a tight end, Jaron Timmons, to the left side of the offensive line. Long in the backfield. Fennell was in motion, and somehow he doesn't oh, no, his knee was down. Fennell's knee was down. That looked like a weird broken play. Fennell got the ball, bounced off Long, and it looked like he was going to get up, but his knee touched the ground. Even though he wasn't touched by Valley, in high school, as soon as your knee touches the ground, you're down and you can't keep running.
I guess Daniel Long isn't done giving out hard hits tonight. I guess he wanted to have a little bit more fun on the offensive side of the ball.
That's a great point. I guess he can't wait to get back out there on defense. 7 minutes left here in the quarter, and we've got another penalty, probably on North Catholic.
Motion on the Trojan.
Illegal motion again on North Catholic. And we're going to be 2nd down maybe. They've got to get all the way down to the 4-yard line for a first down, and North Catholic is down to the 25. So it looks like it's about 2nd and 20 here. And North Catholic is going to run a play. Prentice in the shotgun. Fennell in motion this time. And Fennell gets the ball. He's got some room to run. Long is down there blocking for him. Fennell gets the edge. Is he going to score? No! He gets down inside the 5-yard line. Almost a first down. Fennell has been really impressive, Darren, when we've seen him touch the ball.
Yeah, I wasn't really familiar with him going into this game, but every time he has the ball in his hands, he is electric. And once again, North Catholic doing the little things. Great block downfield by Daniel Long. Daniel Long came to play today on both sides of the ball.
And Fennell in motion again. Are they going to give it to him? Yes, they will. He turns it upfield, and he gets into the end zone, but there is a flag from the back judge. Let's see if this is going to negate the touchdown. That's going to be a hold on North Catholic. And that touchdown will not count for Fennell, and that's a shame. It would have been a nice way to cap off the drive for him.
Though it appears there have been some subs on the skill positions, it appears the starting offensive line still in there. I guess they're trying to maybe get a little bit more work with them for cohesion.
Long takes it straight up the middle, and he's hard to bring down. Takes a couple Valley players as he jets up the middle for maybe 7 or 8 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, it looks like, because Fennell did not get to the first down marker on that great run he had.
You know, it didn't seem like a big play, but that's a well-executed play. Beautiful GT counter using the guard and tackle, both pulling across. Those plays, you just execute right over and over again. They turn into bigger plays more often than not.
Prentice gets a high snap. He's going to keep it, cuts inside, fighting for some yards. He's going to get to the 2-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for North Catholic. They're knocking on the door again, trying to jump over 50 points for the second game in a row.
I don't know if his arm was trapped or not, but I felt if he would have extended right there, he could have even broken the plane and got in.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, but sometimes do you risk fumbling the ball if you extend it like that? I just have some bad memories of Steeler players trying to do that and it not working. But I think that's with the NFL's weird, like what constitutes a catch dilemma.
Yeah, it's a little more clear in the high school game with what constitutes knee down.
We have Fennell behind Long, and Fennell's going to get it. Fennell's going to be brought just down at about the 1-yard line.
Fennell isn't a large running back, but he really pumps his legs hard. He is making those Valley players work to bring him down.
And something else, we've talked all night about North Catholic getting into the backfield against Valley. There are no Valley players in the backfield against North Catholic, and that's allowing the runners to get ahead of steam and get that positive yardage.
Absolutely. An offensive line makes the back, and like I've said, the offensive line for North Catholic has been on, creating a push all night.
Prentice hands to Fennell. Fennell gets in there for the touchdown.
Number 20, Fennell takes it in for the
That's going to be 50-0 now, North Catholic. This time, Jack Fennell from about 1 yard away.
Fennell, only a freshman, getting some playing time. I expect big things in the future for this young man.
Marsico trying to make it 51-0, and this will be 7 extra points in a row for him, and that looks right through the middle and good. Marsico converts on the extra point. He is 7 for 7. I'm stunned that Fennell is a freshman. He looks very good. To have a freshman as your backup running back, as you said, we got to expect great things from him in the future, but it looks like we could expect good things from him this year, too.
It doesn't look too big for him. That's the impressive thing. A lot of high schools have freshman teams, let alone, getting to play at the varsity level. So I think he's like I said, very bright future ahead for this young man.
So that score was with 2:48 left about in the third quarter. And just a reminder, we do have a running clock, and that clock is still running even as the teams are getting ready to send their special teams units out on the field. So we're down to 1:40. This second half is really flying by. Valley might not get to run more than one or two plays here in the third quarter. And we got the special teams units on the fields now. We're going to kick this ball off maybe around the 1 minute mark. 51-0 North Catholic here in the third quarter. In the first half, we saw North Catholic score 2 touchdowns 39 seconds apart, and now they had basically a 10-minute drive to start the second half here.
An offense has to be able to do both. You have to be able to strike quickly, have to be able to grind some clock. That's a sign of a good offense.
And it looks like the kick is received by number 7 for Valley. He's going to get some positive yardage, get up toward the 30-yard line. That's Johnson for Valley. And now Valley's offense is going to come on the field and maybe get a playoff. We're at 30 seconds now in the third quarter. So Valley's not going to have much chance here in the second half to try to build that positive momentum. So they're going to want to come out here with the best plays that they came up with in the second half to try to get some yards against this North Catholic defense. Although it looks like we've got a lot of second-team players maybe for North Catholic in the game. I noticed that Joey Prentice is no longer out there, and that makes a lot of sense.
You got to preserve your starters, keep them healthy. I'm actually really excited to see the young guys play. This is a glimpse into the future of North Catholic football, and like I said, let's see what they have. Help their growth and maturation as young players.
And that's the end of the third quarter, so we'll see those young players for North Catholic take on the Valley offense at the start of the fourth quarter. We would like to remind you that NC Athletics has a new home on the web that is coming soon. You can visit our new website for update information on your favorite NC Athletic teams. You can also sign up to receive text or email alerts to keep you on top of your favorite Trojan teams. And again, NC Athletics is looking for game day sponsors for our live broadcasts. If you would like to be an NC Athletics game day sponsor, please contact Brian Miller at bmiller@northcatholic.org. Darren, you want to recap some of the scoring for us? How did we get to this 51-0 game?
Well, in the first quarter, we started off with a 7-yard run from Kyle Topinski at the 6:05. And then that was followed up by a 5-yard run by Joey Prentice at 5:34. Moving on to the second quarter, we have Prentice to Maziark and a beautiful touchdown pass at 11:50. In the second quarter, we have a safety by Nick Marr, a beautiful pass rush at 10:16. Also in the second quarter, Prentice to Mahar for a 25-yard TD pass. And then another followed up by another Topinski 15-yard touchdown run. Last score of the second quarter, Prentice to Laconey for a 6-yard TD pass on a beautiful improvisation play. And lastly, we have Farrell with a 1-yard touchdown run in the third quarter.
All right, thank you for that, Darren. And that's how we get to this 51-0 game. Valley comes out, and they're still trying to look coming up in a power formation. Somebody in motion from left to right. The quarterback's almost tackled before he hands off the ball, but he does get it away. Running to the right is number 3 for Valley. He's going to be tackled just as he gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 30. Robbie Kress, number 54, makes the tackle.
Very promising to see. There's still penetration by the defensive line, even with the second unit out there.
Yeah, that's a great point, Darren. These aren't the same players that we've been talking about all day getting into the backfield. So maybe it is just a schematic thing, like North Catholic has it down, strategies to get into the backfield and disrupt these power running attacks. And it's going to be another run for Valley, and the player is met in the backfield. And it looks like he got hit by a lot of people, and it looks like we have another Valley player down and...
I mean, what leads that? Number 77, Justin Smith, creates a push right up in the middle. When you have someone coming right down the middle, it's hard to have any successful play. So that's a good job by the nose tackle there, clogging up the lanes, letting his team do the work.
And it's not the ball carrier who's hurt for Valley. 71, based on that number, you'd guess that person's on the offensive line. And with all of the people on the field, maybe somebody rolled on his leg or ankle, you would think.
Also note that even though we are in a running clock, the clock does stop for injury time.
And so now for the third time tonight, we've got kind of an injury timeout. And you've got to be kind of getting tired of seeing people injured on the field. You don't like to see this in a high school football game. These kids are out here to have fun, and as we've talked about, like, do something that seems normal to them in a situation that's really difficult for.
And you hate to see it so
people.
late in a game that's out of hand. You just want to kind of get out of here, get everyone out healthy and safe, and just move on to planning for next week.
So let's get back to some of the North Catholic scores. There have been a lot of great plays for the Trojans tonight. If you could pick one, what was your favorite score so far?
Oh, I would have to
Darren?
go with the Prentice to Laconey play. That was just a play that should not have worked, but worked. Busted screen play. Joey Prentice buys time and finds an open receiver. So receiver's not giving up on the play. Joey Prentice not giving up on the play equals a touchdown.
Yeah, so Prentice, how many touchdown passes does he have tonight? He's got one to Maziarz, one to Maher, and one to Laconey. That's 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. To go with the 4 he had last week, that's 7 touchdown passes through 2 games for Prentice. And so he's really picking up right where Zach Rocco left off last year.
Absolutely. A lot of people are questioning what would happen after losing a 3-year starter, and Joey Prentice has done more but silence any of the doubts that North Catholic faithful have had about a new quarterback.
And the Valley player has gotten off the field. Looks like they've taken him to the bench. So, again, no need to call for the ambulance, which is a good thing. Valley in the shotgun this time. A back to the quarterback's left, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. And more trouble with the snap for Valley. And there's 3 people. He chucks it down the field, and it's caught! Caught by Valley. And there is nobody in front of the Valley receiver. He's going to run into the end zone. Like almost a Hail Mary there is snagged out of the air by Valley. And there finally, Darren, we talked about it. You're trying to get something positive. Was that enough of a positive for you?
I mean, sometimes the old saying goes, it's better to be lucky than good. I mean, it should have been a sack there. Luckily able to get the ball off. Broken play, broken coverage. So Valley comes away with the score. It stinks that North Catholic loses the shutout this way, but hey, they've been playing tough all game.
So Valley finally gets on the board at about 10:18 of the fourth quarter. That's a 60-yard touchdown pass. It looked like it was caught by number 8. Our rosters are from maxpreps.com, and it's hard for – I think all of the numbers on our rosters are wrong, so that's why we've been saying the numbers just for the Valley players. We just don't really have correct rosters. But whoever that was, I mean, he did a real good job running after the catch. And it looks like we got a timeout from Valley, maybe just to stop the clock. I'm not sure what that timeout is for there.
Like I said, big long play, trying to regroup, see where they're going next. We'll see where they go from. I mean, that was a good pass, good catch, and I had to make the play and run downfield. There was also good downfield blocking by Valley on that play. So maybe they do build on this, but we'll see how the North Catholic offense comes out in the field. Maybe they try to get the lead back to where it was.
I'm wondering if Valley is going to go for 2 here. I think we've just gotten so used to Marsico just kicking everything right through the middle of the uprights. But Valley might not have someone that they are confident in, or maybe they want to practice their 2-point conversion plays. Their quarterback, number 11, is still in the game here. So they are going to go for 2, and they're going to spread it out, too. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 running back just to the quarterback's left.
This might be a good time. A lot of teams have a specific 2-point play, so they might be trying to practice it, see how it looks. Ooh!
And I don't know if there was a specific play there. I think that was just let our quarterback try to get to the end zone, because so many North Catholic players got in the backfield right away. And they are able to stop the Valley at about the 1-yard line. Justin Smith, who you mentioned earlier, he's only a sophomore, made a nice play there.
I know Justin Smith. He's a hustler. He works hard. Great attitude. That kid, like I said, great to have on your team. I think he'll be definitely a big help for North Catholic moving forward.
So that makes the score 51-6. We are just over 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Second half is flying by in this game. That is a 51-6 blowout for North Catholic. A second consecutive big win for them. 55-7 last week. 51-6 here.
I'm really interested to see North Catholic's offense. I want to see Farrell on the field again. I want to see what this freshman can do. Also, in addition, Daniel Long running real powerful. Like I said, these young guys are getting me excited for the end of this game.
Yeah, something to continue to watch for, even though the score is not close. Do you think Joey Prentice is going to go back on the field?
Probably not.
We got an answer from everybody in the booth there, and it was a no.
I would hope he would stay on the sideline at this point. I think he's done his job for the day. Great game. Love to see the full statistics when they come through. Like I said, definitely I would feel the star of this game. I don't know how you feel about that, Sean.
Yeah, I would agree. Prentice had a fantastic game, including 2 great touchdown passes. Probably, I would say, between 150 and 200 yards of passing, and then maybe close to 80 to 100 yards of rushing as well. So definitely displaying that he is a dual-threat quarterback is Joey Prentice. It looks like, again, they're having a lot of fun on the sidelines. The football players are trying to be cheerleaders, and they're not quite as good as the cheerleaders.
No, absolutely not. But you love games like this. It helps the entire.
And as we were being distracted by what's on the sidelines, there was an attempted onside kick, and it just, it did just die. It's slowed down after about 6 or 7 yards. Onside kick has got to go 10 yards, and that's going to be North Catholic's ball. And the clock is still running, about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Let's see who the Trojans send out on the field. I really like that onside kick try from Valley. I mean, why not, again, try everything. You definitely got nothing to lose, down by 45 points here.
Don't roll over and die. Just keep going, and I respect that out of Valley.
And it looks there is a new quarterback in for the Trojans. It is number 11. And number 11 is not on my roster. Jason Sickett, who I think is a freshman. And he's going to hand off to number 30. Josh Borostek.
So everyone getting involved now. It also appears that the starting offensive line is out as well. So everyone's getting a little experience tonight. Good job for North Catholic.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. Fennel is who had all those great runs. Is lined up actually out wide now, to Sickett's left, and there are two receivers out to the left. As always, North Catholic in the shotgun. Sickett pulls it out, and he's sprinting up the middle of the field, going to go to the 38-yard line. He ran into Fennel blocking. I thought he handed that ball off. That was the Houdini move right there.
Hey, being able to execute solid ball fakes is a huge asset for an offense. It freezes defensive ends, it freezes linebackers, and creates those running lanes for the quarterback.
And Sickett in the shotgun again. Vorostic to his right. Some movement, but no flag. Players looked like they thought
Keeping
there
it
might be
moving
one.
here.
Here comes the snap. Sickett keeps it again. A nice fake. Is he going to get to the outside? Yes, he is. Sickett to the 30, 25, and scoots down to about the 20-yard line. There is a flag on the play, though. Again, I think we saw a nice ball fake. What are the keys to being good at ball fakes, Darren?
It all
Do you
deals
have any?
with the mesh point. You have to. It's a skill that's acquired through practice. You have to be comfortable with the back you're working with, and comfortable with receiving the snap, riding that snap all the way in, and putting the ball in the back's belly, letting the play develop. You have to really sell it. It's not something you could do half speed. So he's really totally committing to that ball fake, which is a good thing.
So how many times do you think they've run that in practice to get it to this point?
Countless. I mean, the whole offense is based on those inside handoffs out of the shotgun. So it's a staple of this offense.
Sickett rolling out to his left. It's a throw, and it's off the hands of his intended receiver, number 21. And that is Mitch Landthaler, who almost pulled that pass in. And we are now at 4:42 left in the game. 2nd and 15 for North Catholic. Again, up 51-6 as we're winding down the time here in the fourth quarter. Sickett in the shotgun, and this time we've definitely got a false start. Number 24 for North Catholic was sprinting down the field before anybody on the offensive line
A little
had moved.
miscommunication on the snap count there. It happens sometimes.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 20 now, and we are approaching 4 minutes left to play here in the second half. Right. These players aren't really in the game anymore for the most part, but when I get a next break here, I'm going to read the names of the seniors one more time, and they've really had a great senior night. Sickett in the shotgun. This time he does hand it off to Vorostic. Vorostic's going to get some positive yardage. Almost gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13 coming up for North Catholic. And North Catholic still in that hurry-up offense, so they're going to run a play quickly here. Sickett still in the shotgun. The only play not out of the shotgun tonight was the quarterback sneak, really. Sickett rolling to his left, throwing across his body. It's wobbling in the air, and it is almost intercepted by Valley. North Catholic is probably going to be forced to punt here on 4th and 12 or 4th and 13. Although Sickett's looking at the sideline like, I want to stay in here.
At this point in the game, you get more value out of just letting your kids try to run some plays, get some experience for them on Friday night.
And that's a great point, Darren. That is exactly what they're going to do. They are going to run a 4th down and 13 play. Sickett looking to the sideline, gets the call, gets the snap in the shotgun, rolls to his right this time. Flag on the play. He's going to throw it deep down the sideline. It's going to be 5 or 6 yards out of bounds. Incomplete, and unless this penalty is on Valley, North Catholic is going to turn the ball over on downs, and the clock is at 2 minutes 35 seconds. I'll mention the seniors again here. They are Isaiah Jackson, Nick Maher, Jaron Timmons, Matthias Benson, Pierce Corey, Eddie Nicotra, Peyton Jones, Rocky Kopak, Tyler Chooch Musto, and Jack Friel. Those seniors have done a wonderful job tonight running North Catholic out to this big lead. Now I think we've got mostly underclassmen in there. But great job, again, for the seniors. And we've still waiting for some action here with 2 minutes left, so I'll run down the senior cheerleaders too. They're Ava Lindenbold, Mia Giuliani, Kira McTighe, Grace Megala, Grace Zolkowski, Gabby Zolkowski, Hannah McNelly, Gracie Steiner, Ava Farrell, and Allie Kaczynski. And Valley, in their formation that's telling us it's probably going to be a run, they do hand it off. And this time, Valley gets a little bit of push through, and this guy's hard to bring down for Valley. There are literally 6 Trojans trying to tackle him. That's a 12-yard gain for Valley. Their second first down of the night, maybe? Yeah, no, third. They did score a touchdown, and they had the long run in the first half.
Technically not a first down, Sean. That's a touchdown. But, yeah, we'll go with third first down of the night.
Does a touchdown not count as a first down?
No, it's not actually marked as a first down.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's scoring.
All right, I'll be able to keep more accurate stats in the future. Valley quarterback under center. Turns around, hands it off. Valley quarterback's going to get to the outside a little bit, getting positive yardage, 8 or 9 yards, up to about just inside the 40-yard line. But we are under a minute to play here. Valley might have time for one more play. We'll see.
It looks like Valley's starting to use the outside run more. I still see Justin Smith starting to surge in the middle of the field right now at his nose tackle position.
Yeah, so pretty much anybody who's in the middle of the North Catholic defensive line has just been pushing through to the backfield all game. Maybe the last play here. Quarterback under center, pitches it out to the right. Valley running back builds up speed, tripped up, does get a fourth down. The third. I say fourth down, I meant first down. The third first down of the game, but that's going to be the last play of the game. We got about 10 seconds left.
Good job by Julian King shedding his block, breaking down, and helping to make the tackle right there.
And Valley really trying to get this last play off. 2 seconds. One, they do get it off. It's a handoff, and there's going to be a penalty. Can the game end on an offensive penalty, Darren? Do you know?
I believe if an offensive penalty, it's a 10-second runoff under 2 minutes would then end the game.
And maybe that is exactly what we have here because there was only 2 seconds left when they snapped the ball.
And that's the end of the ball game.
And that is exactly what happened. That's the end of the game. North Catholic wins this game, going away 51-6. And the first week they won 55-7. So that's a 48-point win the first week, followed up by a 45-point win the second week. Join us tomorrow here on NC Box Athletics as we recognize our seniors on both boys and girls soccer. Boys soccer kicks off at 11:30 a.m. against Freedom with senior recognition starting at 11:15 a.m. Girls soccer follows at 1:30 p.m. against Ambridge with senior recognition starting after 1 p.m. Catch all the day's action right here on NC Athletics on Boxcast. So, Darren, I'll go back to you here as we try to wrap things up. What was the most impressive thing about North Catholic tonight?
Just how complete of a game they played. I mean, offensively, defensively, the line was awesome. Playmakers made plays. Awesome execution by all facets of the game. Just a total complete game by North Catholic today.
I'm going to recap the scoring for you here real quick. And while I'm doing that, Darren, if you can think of something that North Catholic needs to work on, and it might take you all the time I have to recap this here. But Topinski scores in the first quarter, a 7-yard touchdown run. That's at 6:05. Under a minute later, Prentice adds on a 5-yard touchdown run. 14-0 North Catholic at the end of the first quarter. Joey Prentice to Tyler Maziar's 26-yard touchdown pass at 11:50 of the second quarter. A safety at 10:16 of the second quarter made it 23-0. A 25-yard touchdown pass to Nick Maher at 9:55 made it 30-0. Kyle Topinski, a second touchdown run of the game at 5:29 of the second, 37-0. And then Prentice to Laconey, maybe the play of the game at 1:20 of the second quarter, 44-0 North Catholic. North Catholic scored with 2:48 left in the third quarter on a Fennel 1-yard touchdown run, making it 51-0. And then Valley got on the board with a 60-yard touchdown pass at 10:18 of the fourth quarter. Their 2-point attempt failed, and that's how we ended up with a score of 51-6. So, Darren, do you have anything that North Catholic should work on before we are back on the air for football again on October 2nd?
The only thing I could say they could work on is just keep that good mindset they had. Talking to the boys this week at school, they've made it sound like this was going to be a nail-biter down to the wire. So you treat every opponent with respect and come in, don't get overconfident. I think that's the only thing they need to work on, to keep that positive mindset.
Yeah, that's a wonderful point. Talking to the kids this week, they did take this game seriously. You could tell by the way they played on the field. You mentioned it, Nick Maher making blocks up 44-0 in the second half. And that's going to be it for our inaugural broadcast here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a safe, have a nice rest of your night. And a reminder, our next home football broadcast will be Friday, October 2nd against East Allegheny with the kickoff set for 7 p.m. You can catch all the action right here at NC Athletics on Boxcast. So from Mars Athletics Complex, this is Sean Malone for Darren Lyles signing off. Have a nice night, everybody.